crank it back up and they don't have no music in the background going. I said, oh, they finna be here for a minute. And all right, appreciate Mr. Yahuah. Appreciate him for sparing us another another day. Somebody sent me an email, asked me, they said that live streaming went out, asked me could I preach the last part again or something. I couldn't even tell what I preached at the end of that. You asked for the impossible. Isn't that right? To go back and preach the last part, they didn't get to hear it. Go over to explain. I don't know what part you didn't get to explain it. I do apologize for that. How live streaming work. That tell you too, you gotta stay healed up so you can be him. Isn't that right? Wrestling gotta press their way. Live streaming is just a temporary fix. Isn't that right? We all gotta come together. Isn't that right? That was his intent. They just give us an opportunity for a lot of us still be able to connect. A lot of people done took they become a way of life for them now. They say, I just went on live streaming. Now we gotta get them and be proactive. Like I said, we got to assemble ourselves together. They should have the other one. They should already be up there on, what is that, on Zoom. And we put them on there because I want to make sure everybody get taking it serious about what they need to do. Everybody accountable to everybody. I'm accountable to you guys accountable to me. Make sure we get this thing right going through him. Can't afford to get it wrong. I told you I had time to think about it and consider it. We got to get in there. We're going to do it too. We're going to do it the right way too. We ain't going to skate and slip ourselves around and try to say this will be all right. We're going to make sure it's all right. We're going to line up with the book. I mean, it's at that critical point now. I know a lot of the different movements or camps, what do they call themselves? Everybody got different opinions on where we need to be and where we need to go. All I want to do is just stick with the word. I ain't looking for nothing extra. I ain't looking for nothing outside. I just want to stick with the plan he already done designated for. That's the only way to get in. I'm getting a great let him sound the Kato Sarana Hushin for me. Don't know what happened, Shabbat Layla. I can't see that Eric got song. All I do, later, but all I do to Mr. Yahuah. We made it to see another Shabbat Yom every day, considering what New Jerusalem would be like for us. I need him daily. Keep standing. We'll hub you too. Appreciate you, woman out here. I saw him tell hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You know, right? Y'all heard my baby Brett. Y'all better make up your mind. Make it up real quick. So I'm telling you, it won't be long. That man gonna be back here on us. Yes, sir. Y'all hear me? Yes, sir. I've been considering. I'm making sure. I'm trying to make sure I'm in position. And when we come back here, I gotta give him an account. And with that on mind, with that considering, gotta make sure we get this thing right. So we going through. We're gonna look at it. Make sure we examine everything we need to examine. Make sure we cover what we need to cover. Make sure we got a real good understanding on this living right thing. Because I know it's really controversial. Everybody got their own ideology with it. I just want to go with how he see it. That's how I want to go with how he see it, how he designated, how he wants us to halal. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. All right, let's look at this. Appreciate you too, Alma. They said my mic low. That was me. That's who mic was low. My mic was low. Remember one time my position just sounded. Appreciate it, Isaiah. So yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna do this, y'all. We're gonna take our time, make sure we get this right. We'll see how he have us to go today. But definitely consider it. Yes, sir. For those of y'all that haven't, you need to. I think everybody periodically, you need something to happen in your life to spark you to set back, to consider your relationship. I appreciate the things he let happen to come in my life to make me consider. And I counted a baraka simply because, I mean, he don't have to warn you. He don't have to alert you. He can just let you keep going. You know, we talked about before your body has a lot of alerts, you know, that for precautionary reasons. Like I said, you know, before you eat something that smells bad, your nose will let you know before you eat it, this don't smell right. And I think what we need to do is to learn how to get back in tune with our senses. That's the truth, because those alerts and those alarms can help save your life. A lot of people, if you went back over, a lot of people that had strokes, a lot of people that had heart attacks, a lot of people that had aneurysm, all of them had signs. None of it just happened. They had signs. You know I kept having headaches for a long time. Those were signs. I know my hand, my hand kept getting numb on me and I couldn't move it, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it. All those alerts, you know what he's showing us? Just like you're not inquisitive or inquiring or paying attention to the response that you need to give when your body is giving you signals, that's the same thing we find out with Yahuah. Ain't nobody, don't believe that. Man, I was just out there, man, I just had a stroke. I sure it didn't happen. You were out there, you had pre-measures all the way up to. You kept having pre-warning, and you kept ignoring them, you kept blocking them, you kept going past them. That's what we're doing with Yahuah. That's why we're in the condition we're in. I refuse to go past it. What he set for us and what he put that old parameter for us, that's what we got to do. All those are parameters put there to save your soul alive. Everything. We were talking on last night, just recapping on the 7th chapter of the book of Romans, when Shaul was talking about how things happen. And he found himself wanting to do what was right, but what was Rosha was more convenient. He wound up committing. And he said it showed that the Torah was tube, that it was good, and it was also that Kata could appear as dreadful as it was. See, the only reason we know this sin to be as dreadful as it is because of the sentence. Every sentence with sin is death. Every sentence. So how was sin supposed to appear to us? It's supposed to see exceedingly. It's probably because everything equates, nothing, it don't have something to where, well, this ain't no big deal. Everything we're saying is death. Yeah. And that was so it would appear exactly what it was. Sin is not life. So every time you commit it, what are you committing? Yeah. Death. So you would know. So now, if I don't want to die, what would I need to manifest? And the only reason I would want to do that is because of the penalties of death. So we can see where the law has actually came in to give us a better variance, a better look, or understanding about sin. Because for us, think about it, the only person that don't want to die is the person that committed. The only person that don't want to die is the person that committed it. But it has to be that way, and it has to appear that way to get a person to desire life. And to desire life would be to get away from all of the deeds of Rosha. And saying that, I don't know if I'm sparking you guys in the right direction, and possibly not, especially last night. But I know what I was trying to get to, and that's no doubt for a reason. We will be making changes. We will be moving more toward the plan of salvation, and that's needful. And I appreciate Yahuah for that. I do. It's not a big thing, I'm sure, to a lot of y'all, but do y'all know how many people he not wanting right now? Yeah. That's a lot. I'm telling y'all, he not wanting these people. Y'all see the sun starting to blink. They talking it's gonna be rain today and tomorrow. You know that? Yep. That sun gave them a glimmer of hope. It ain't cool. You can take your coat off, your hat, just relax. That man done told you, man, when they tell you peace and safety, he said sudden destruction gonna come on you. He said it's gonna be like a woman with child, and they shall not escape. None of us are gonna escape it. I can't stress this enough to you guys. I don't know how to appeal to you guys enough to get you to consider the changes that we're going to have to make. I'm not in tune with what all we will be doing, but I'm in tune to do whatever we have to do to make sure. And I made sure I made reservation for myself to remove or get rid of anything that could be a hinder, distract. That's just bottom line. You guys are much too precious to not have that and deservingly, simply because of what. Now, do y'all have angered me to the 3rd and 19th power? Yes, you have, but never to the point I want to see you guys die or cut off. It's to the point I want you to really, for yourself, I want you to realize the care that he can give a person for you isn't the care of the person. It's the care that comes from Elohim. There's no reason for me to care for you guys to that extreme or that amount, only for him. Being a watchman is a full-time job. You got to be praying when other people not praying. You got to be considering when other people not considering. You got to be thinking when other people not thinking. You got to be pre-planning. You got to be in the front end before things happen. Typically, when things are coming out of the pipe hit me, it'll be when it happens. I had to be in the forefront before it happened. I got already to kind of see a way that when it happens, I already have another avenue to go around that to keep it moving versus wait until the currents happen and figure it out then. As a rider, you got to have vision. You got to kind of see yourself a little further ahead of them where, typically people want to place you at. And I appreciate, again, him doing that. It's just awakening us. I think about how many years I was unconscious to everything I was doing and didn't have a conscience toward it. I never fornicated and had a conscience toward it, or adultery had just the conscience of didn't want to get caught. Didn't want to get killed, mess with somebody else's wife, don't need to do it, shouldn't do it, it's wrong, it's against the law. Those were never my convictions. Or drinking or smoking, didn't want to get arrested for it, but never didn't want to do it because it was wrong. It took him to inspire that urgency in me to want to get away from all of those behaviors, because I saw those behaviors as being things that separated me from. And I don't want to do anything that's going to pull me or separate me from the Ahab Elohim. That's something I have to stay in constant tune with. And you can't take that as a small thing, because that little time you take to be out of tune could be that little time you could be doomed. Y'all understand that? That little time that you take to say, just relax and kind of do my thing, can be that time that you relax and you take your time and you out of the will of Elohim. So with how critical this situation has become, I don't know, I was mentioning it today, a couple of them in the office, they're not nearing far from Venezuela and Guyana going to war. Guyana recently just came into a major oil reserve, I think about 2016, and they've been getting about $1 billion a year from ExxonMobil. They're having rocks hauled in for Venezuela to build roads to go in and try to haul the oil out. They got so much. Venezuela, Guyana is actually going to change the oil. They're going to change the market. That's how much oil they got. It's going to affect the market. That's going to be a major mess. But Venezuela is trying to fight to say that belongs to them, because Venezuela is a major oil company too. A lot of people probably don't know that the Citgo gas station, those are Venezuelan. That's why you don't see a lot of them before. That all happened when Chavez was in office. When he was the former president and he called America the Great Satan, that's when you'll see Citgo gas stations going down on him. You don't see them because they was pretty pissed with him, but Citgo gas, those are Venezuelans on. Part of their corporation. But this war break off, it'll be bad. On top of everything else that we have going on, and we gotta be ready. It's time to really looking at sober up the lungs of your mind. We're gonna have to. You got to be of a sober state, because now it's going to be so many different attacks coming so many different ways. The UN Security Council voted today to stop the war in Israel and in Gaza, and the United States vetoed it. All it takes is one permanent seat person to veto it, so there won't be a peace treaty. They were going to stop it. The UN had enough of it. They said this whole thing is a disaster. They said it's going to be the worst humanitarian disaster they ever seen. How many people are going to die? They still got bodies under buildings. And they just came to a point of saying, first time being voted, Article 19 from the UN Security Council President, General Assembly Antonio Guterres, I think his name is. He invoked the 19 article saying that, hey, we need to come in and do another vote. This need to stop now. It's too bad. It's worse than what people thinking. And the United States vetoed and said, no, don't stop it. They to keep going. And that's because they've also found oil in the water over there too. That's why they need them out of there. They cannot let them settle back, because that will put them, if they made them an individual state and they had oil, this will make them a supreme power. They will put them on trading. You can never invade them again. They're gonna have allies. It's a lot that kicks in. And the only reason why I tell you that is to show you just how crooked the world is. And the reason the world is crooked the way it is because good people like us and like people out here, we sit back and do nothing. When good people sit back and do nothing, this is what happens. Good people. Everybody sitting back watching good people. We are the worst people. We're worse than the people that's doing it. Because we see it and we know why they're doing it. It ain't even a secret. It ain't some secret document came up. It's oil in the water. And they looking at, they can't allow the Palestinians to have that land and become an independent state. Then you gotta see, once you claim yourself out and recognize as a state, there's paperwork, then you got a charter. That's a lot of things set up. So Cam just can't walk in here when he get ready and do something. According to UN charter, other countries who on the charter got to abide by this. So you can't just walk over here when you get ready. Since I'm not a state and I'm not recognized, that's a lot of things he can do, because the UN got to look at for the sake of paperwork. Everyone that's sitting at this table have paperwork. you know what I'm saying, that recognizes them as a state. They have articles, they have a constitution. All these things have to be done. They don't have it. So that's why they keep getting able to bond them and do. This is show you what I would call white people's rhetoric. So they beat you with paper. People know what's right, but you know how they're gonna play it? If you had the paperwork, I could help you. See, this is how they play you. Look like I'm a good person. They're not good people. It's just a system. It's not every individual white. White people are terrible people. They need to know that you're a terrible people as a complete race of people, because you have the most dominant control of every one of these countries, of everyone, their militaries, their finances. America, don't take a hand. America and Europe are the worst people on the planet. They don't have to accept. They are, and the so-called Negroes that support their bad behavior are the worst people on the planet. That's right. Because you allow this. Listen, there would not be a Ukraine war and Russia war. There wouldn't be a Somalian conflict. There wouldn't be any of the African conflict. There wouldn't even be an Israel and a Palestinian conflict if it were not for America, it were not for Europe. That's right. These people's hands have been primary in every war and every conflict. Right. There would not be Blood and Crips war inside of California. Right. There would not be Serenos and MS-13. There'll be all these people imported and brought in, because why all of these people are fighting, just like Black and White, Black Lives Matter, same people. Don't forget, there's a terrorist organization. They hate white people, they hate America, and they also, Donald Trump just got the endorsement for Black Lives Matter. And he ain't turning it down either. He welcomes it from the terrorists. Now you couldn't go and you couldn't post no picture with you and no Palestinian scarf. They're gonna snatch you down. See, when they get ready, they deem who they want to be the enemy. Just like they deem you the enemy. See, these religious institutions have hurt us. They hadn't helped us. Because you know what religious institutions don't? It don't deal with real life issues. They'll constantly tell you about things that were written in the past. How does that affect you today? What is your most imminent situation today? Your imminent situation today, you're dying. You're dying, and you're dying because of sin. And you need to know exactly what sin is and what part you play in your own demise. And you need to know how you got to live outside of these walls. Most people don't. You know, most people, they sit in their car because they look at this is the only sanctity peace they get at the church, just sitting there for a minute, whatever they can get. Because they know when they leave there, real life issues are happening, and people don't address that. How do we become a better people? How do we become financially structured? How do we heal ourselves? All of these are problems that you're really facing. And you don't even, let me tell you something. I can help you out. You don't listen. If enough of you got together and put your money, the funds together, and then you have to press and push for it to happen. This is how you get beat out by white people out here in business. I'm tired of they beat you because they cheats. I don't apologize for nothing I say. For the record, I take nothing back I say either. Absolutely no word I take. Absolutely none of it, and I apologize for none of them. They're cheats. Yeah. This is how they beat you on there. Listen, they control the whole contrast to everything. Yep. They'll make you move. Look, ask yourself, what from January to November, what have been telling us about the economy? Falling, business losses, record high pricing for home. How did people spend more money for Christmas? For Black Friday? Explain when you have record losses now, no win, no gain. Explain to me how people spent more money for Christmas. How did you do record numbers for traveling and for Christmas when you had record losses? It should have been a record low spending. It's because they control your minds and tell you when to spend and when to buy. The average person don't have a brain. I know what's in my pocket. Nobody gonna tell me what to spend. I ain't stupid. I know I got $5. Why am I trying to spend $8? It don't even make common sense. I don't know when I'm gonna get another $5. Why am I trying to spend $8? The most I can afford to spend is $1. Simply because I don't know what the tide's gonna turn. I can help you guys. Listen. We got to get ourselves structured spiritually, and we get ourselves structured naturally. There is no reason for the so-called Negro race to sit around and be in poverty and to be in the degradation except for our own stupidity. Everything we need to do can be done. Everyone, including here, if they're not for the building up and the betterment of the total man, all of them need to be torn down to the ground, including the way of y'all. If it can't help you with the total man, it is no reason to have any one of these religious standing, one of these entities standing. What purpose do they serve? That's right. That's right. They're for gathering rats and roaches. Yeah. If they're not helping you with the whole man, explain to me how is it helping you? Right. I get this good feeling when they sing that song. Okay, take the song, don't show back up. I need something more than that. Listen, we can weather through this. I have tiptoed and played and crouched to this system and people to try to get you guys on the same page. The first thing we got to deal with is living right. Yes, sir. That's right. That's the first alternative we got to deal with living right. Yes, we get the living right part down, we can take over whatever we need to take. Yes, their defense is down. They can't stop us. It's impossible. That's right. It's impossible to stop us. Nobody's smarter than my boss. That's right. My boss smarter than everybody. These people have crippled and they've lost and they can't recover. None of them going to recover. They can try whatever they want. Japan, now on top of all the fish that washed in there, y'all seen all them fish that washed in? What they probably cost about $100? What y'all think they finna do for the global market on fishing? These the same people now that poured that water from the Fukushima plant, that radiated water into the, y'all forgot that in the sea, that just happened a few months ago. China them and told them they were not buying no fish. These and Chinese people eat anything. They clearly told them, we don't want no fish from you. We're not buying no fish. They told them, this is not your garbage can. Do not put that radiated water. They told the UN Council said dump it. UN Council don't feed us. That's right. These are a bunch of idiots with suits that sit on the table and make dumb decisions that don't affect them. Yep. Those are decisions that affect people like you and I. Yeah. That's right. Black, white, Chinese, African, Hispanic, everybody need to quit fighting each other. It ain't us, stupid. It's the systems. Yeah. The system got all of us hating each other. The system getting soldiers killed, police killed, good innocent citizens killed, babies massacred, and everybody sitting around blaming who? It's the system. Yep. What individual shooting them babies over there? Those are government soldiers. Yep. Don't ask yourself why them soldiers doing it. Soldiers get orders. Soldiers don't give orders. Those people are obeying orders that they're getting from their commanders. So the problem is not the people, the problem is the system. This same system is hell bent on making sure that you people stay in poverty. When people are poor, you don't know what decision to make. When you're ill-informed, you don't know what decision to make. Let me tell you something. That whole fish situation is going to bite back real quick on you, faster than what you're thinking. Because they're going to affect the whole global market when they come down to seafood. You'll see how things will change. Not to mention, that's not all of them that's dying. You just seen old fish wash up, and they washed up on their shore because they put the poison in the water. Yep. On top of that, they just took a financial hit too. They decided to dish the dollar and grab more gold, and they losing. Bad. You won't dish the dollar. That'd be your worst move. These white people didn't create and fabricate the dollar for it to be thrown away. All the reason I'm telling y'all this is because you're not thinkers. If y'all were thinkers, we'd have been sat down, one y'all to been cast a preacher, we need a sound, we need to meet. We need to come up with something conclusive that's really going to help us sustain the middle of it. That's how I've been trying to work my mind, how to get my people sustained to get us through this. You haven't. I know you haven't. All you have individually thought about yourselves. Y'all hadn't come up with one plan and said, listen, something needs to give. We're not going to survive this the way we're going. It's not set for any. Listen, all these church groups are going to find out these people are going to turn back on these churches. They're going to find these churches cannot support these people off what they gave. They will not be able to help these people, and rightfully so. They put their money into a wishing well, and you should have wished differently. I'm just being honest. Rightfully so, they weren't ever constructed to help these people. The so-called Negro church been lost its focus for helping the black people. Once they felt like slavery was bypassing on and they saw what this could turn into a money make. Listen, years ago, churches weren't making no money. A preacher had to preach at 3 and 4 churches just to make a note, and he was preaching to get a meal. Most of y'all don't know that, do you? The preacher will only preach. Listen, somebody would have to take him to their house on Sunday to feed him. Him and his family, that's how he got paid. They give him a couple of little dollars they don't raise, then they take him to the house, come to Sun's house, and they let you eat chicken. While the kids sit there and they be hungry. Because you had to feed the preacher. I know it. Why you think they tell you about a preacher like chicken? Because you had to take the preacher to your house on Sunday, and you had to feed him and his family, and your family would have to sit there and your kids wouldn't eat. Because they had to let the preacher eat. Till the preacher got through. You didn't get no chicken till the preacher got through. Because they looked at, this was the messenger of God. This was the man that came to give us the word. We can't leave the man out empty. At the same time, they were empty because he wasn't giving them no resourceful words to build themselves up. Let me tell you something. You don't need somebody just come give you a bunch of empty words, okay? You need an idea. You need an idea that empowers you as a people to become and be recognized as a people. You are so far removed, the Palestinians are getting more support than the so-called Negro will ever get. Yep. Though, listen, their numbers, why seemingly high to them, 17,000, over a course of a month, tell them to show you my numbers. Right. How many of my people they bury and incarcerate and fake and make up fake? They're going to talk about irrelevant and how many people they really have locked up and put up, trumped up, charged 20 years for throwing a rock. Explain me how a black man, 3 black men walking down a city street in a little small town wind up getting put away and got put on and sold on a chain gang.
Come on, that's right.
And sold to some white people to farm and crop their yards and then get gunned down and shot and live. Don't tell me about no Palestinians.
That's right.
Don't talk me about no Palestinian or Israel. My problem is way too deep. My problem is going on way too long.
That's right.
Don't tell me about no problem you just fabricated. You came up in 1949. I had a problem before 1949 got him.
Right.
For the so-called fake 1929 stock market crash, my stock market been crashed.
Big crash, that's right.
Don't let these people sit around and keep trying to give you these stories to make you feel bad. First of all, I need to feel sad for myself before I feel sad for you. Right. If I don't feel bad about my situation, how do I know how to feel bad for yours? That's right. The so-called Negro has no empathy. I don't have no empathy to give to anybody. I've got no recourse for Sandra Bland. I have none for, what's my girl in Kentucky? Breonna Taylor. I still can't get nobody arrested for this. And you tell me about some Palestinians? Some Palestinians who walked over here on their own and you started the incursion, and now when it comes back and it's more than what you want, now it's a problem. That's right. Oh, I ain't defending the Israel. I'm just saying when you went, you should have went all the way. That's right. That's all I'm saying. You should have thought. What made you think you don't come and kill 1,000 of my people? What are we going to do with this? I'm going to kill 1,000 and we going to stop? Right. What did you think was going to happen? When you came in, you took citizens, you shut up a concert, and you took these people there. What did you think was going to happen? That's right. You did that with some people that you said were unjust. Why do you think the so-called Negro hadn't raised up in America yet? Right. Because what we thinking? That's going to be the end of it? They're going to let these kids go to school Monday morning. These old people they're going to go get their checks out the mailbox. We know what's going to happen. So don't play around when you make the decision now and start crying for everybody to come help you. Who did you ask to help when you went in there? That's who owe you. That's all. Who did you talk to before you went? That's right. Y'all hear me? If I go in, I'm doing it, I'm asking Yahuah, and that's the only one I'm looking for to help me. Come on. That just meant you made your decision. All I'm telling the so-called Negro, why aren't we looking at our own situation? Yeah. If there ever been a time where to sit down and do an assessment of our situation, we need to do it today. You dying. The average you are behind, you're only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. They can drop interest rate. You still can't afford the house because they've already damaged your credit. They damage your credit. It's going to take you a minimum of 2, 3, 5, 7 years to fix it. By that time, what the interest rate? Let's go with the interest rate come down. What's the cost of housing in 7 years? You're going to lose on every end. No one's going to tell you you're going to lose. It does not matter what bill reforming he puts in. It's not going to assist the so-called Negro. Your credit is always going to be an issue. If you got the credit, your income is going to be the issue. There's no way to fix your income and credit at the same time unless we establish something for ourselves. I've been telling y'all this. People sitting here watching the same thing. I got to remember don't even pay tithes. I got to remember don't even take, you're not even serious. You're not even serious. I'm one of the only few people. When have we ever refused our members' help? I don't know why nobody want to give to what we do. We don't want to refuse help. I mean, we make sure we take care of our own. And guess what? And that ain't even a brag. I think every group ought to do that. The people apart, you saying y'all a group, you saying y'all together, they put their money. Why wouldn't you assist them? If these religious organizations just got together and put something together, they could do more than the federal government can. More money run through these religious institutes than ever run through the government. They get holed out, played out, and the people don't get nothing. Now, are the people supposed to be given something? No. But I think opportunity should be given to you. I think allotment should be prepared for our people. We need to sit up. I tell you about our young people all the time. These young kids don't have no future. Tell them the truth. Just tell them, say, I ain't got nothing. I'm working on something. So tell them, say, ask them, say, what you working on? Well, I don't want to talk about it right now. So when we're going to talk about it when it don't happen? Let me tell you something. Our situation is our situation due to choices that our fathers made. Then due to choices we made through not having information. Okay? But does it make sense, since now we're becoming conscious of this, for our kids to suffer at the hands of our bad decision and at the hands of the misinformation or disinformation that our fathers had? At some point, it has to stop, and we have to kind of what they call normalize things. Nothing's been normalized. Everything is still chaotic. We fix nothing. We have no direction. Our men have no direction. Let me tell you something. Our men are so far behind when it comes to advancing and doing something. Typically, we had a lot more accomplishment done at 20. Guy wait 40 and almost 50 years that said, I'm finna start trying to do something. I assure you, you need to go down there and start applying for some welfare or something, because at this point, they're over with. Yeah. We got to get our men. I'm telling you, our young boy, we got to start them early. Okay. Why how slow people? You can't make career choices at 45 and 50. It's just too late. Listen, we have to set a schedule for these young people. Y'all hear me? This is where you're going to be at this age. This is where you'll be here. This is where you'll be here. Otherwise, they're gonna be too far behind. You can't wait, man. It's something that said to get the way you're trying to go, you can't wait to do it at 40 and 50. Don't even worry about it at that point. You can try to jump out and do it, but that's a hoax. My whole end is getting these kids moving, getting them proactive, getting them involved, getting them to learn about the situation that affects them. They need to be involved to where they have a voice. They need to have an opinion about it. I don't need y'all to just listen. I want you to have an opinion about it. Danny, the police shot and killed a young black guy the other day. He went on. What you think about that? What do you think should happen? A police shot and killed a young unarmed black guy the other day. I'm just making up this situation. I'm gonna ask you, what do you think should happen? Or what's your opinion on it? Where was it? Let's say downtown Atlanta. He was just walking down the street, minding his own business. Police stopped him, asked him to stop. He didn't stop, he kept walking. He didn't feel like it was a reason for him to stop. He hadn't done anything. He didn't even think the police were talking to him. The police gunned him down. What do you think should happen? Or what's your opinion about that? Had to see the video. You get the check down. There's too much video. Black man, come on down. I need that check down. The man, he need a video. Damn, what y'all got going at home? Say, what y'all got going at home? That man said he need to see the video. You don't trust no black people? No. But this is what I want y'all to do. And the reason why I asked you. I want you guys to become insightful. And I want you to have comments about things. All y'all. I want y'all to have a comment about it because it affects you. And I want you to tell me, how do you feel about it? And what do you think should happen? Then when you say what should happen, what part will you play to try to make sure you influence that to happen? See, what we do a lot of talking, but we don't play the influencer part, where we're gonna pull our representatives. There are ways and things we can set up to change things, okay? There are representatives for each one of these counties, commissioners, there's boards, there's all kinds of different people we need to look at. There's electing people, there's getting other people appointed, there's getting people pulled down, starting petitions where you get people pulled. See, most of our young people don't know how to do that. You know what we do? You don't like them, screw it. I just don't like them. That don't change. When white people don't like something, we getting you down. We're doing a recall. And if we don't empower them on how to change stuff other than their mouth, he worked in politics. Am I telling him wrong? Let me tell you what hurt us, Danny. And when I say Danny, that's all y'all young people. Running your mouth ain't gonna change nothing. All white people understand is paper and pencil. You gotta learn how to write, and you gotta have. You gotta know how to write. And you gotta know how to spend it. That's the only thing they respect. If all you gotta talk, they don't respect it. You gotta put in legislation. You gotta get bills. You gotta get stuff done. You gotta get the people that got power, and you gotta put a force on them that you're going to push to make sure they get out of here, that they never get elected. You're gonna call to every news station you can. You're gonna blog them. You're gonna do everything you can till you feel like you get some type of resolve. And I want y'all guys to understand, don't do like us, okay? Then I'm gonna tell like another man did. He took his kids on a field trip, and it was mostly women teachers. And they got out there and they started running the trip on how they were gonna do it. And they got down there and they got them lost. And there was a kid had to help get them out of the woods. And the teacher turned around, looked at the kid and told him, said, be a better man than me. Don't say what you do. Be a better man than me. He realized he let them women lead him in the wood and got them lost. Women trying to lead, trying to run. All it did was just got them in a bad set. With our men need to learn how to rule. Yeah. You need to learn how to rule. He stopped being, and can't be afraid of being called a tyrant. That's right. Because a woman ain't never had a man to show her how a man rule to say, don't make you a bad person either. That's right. You tell him to do something, start crying. I ain't never had a, well, you should have had a daddy. Because I'm a man and I'm a talk, and I'm not finna be sitting here now walking around no eggshell because you ain't never heard no man voice. I'm telling you what hurt us now. And I'm telling you what happened. It's hurting us now because they never heard a man or had a man around. Now you got to walk around, you got to talk soft like Michael Jackson. Yep. Tito, you want to come out and play? I don't play with Tito. Tito stay in the house. We need our men to learn how to be men. We need our women to learn how to be women. We need to strategize, put these homes back together. We got to recover our kids. They're beating us on every front. Listen, you're losing on the healthcare sector. Who's speaking for us on the healthcare? Who do we have?
Nobody.
Of color. Nobody. Who do we have on the financial end? Black, that's speaking for us.
Nobody.
Who do we have on the education end speaking for us?
Nobody.
So who do we have as far as the prison system? As far as the legal, there's nobody. There's nobody on the Supreme Court speaking for you. There's nobody nobody who legislates. Nobody on the executive. There's no one speaking for you. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand what a waste of time it is for you to gather and you're not trying to fix the whole man? You're never going to advance. Listen, as this economy continues to keep plummeting down, where you think you're falling? How many of y'all getting further behind? So so what you waiting on? A Democrat to come in now. You know how piss poor you are that you waiting on a politician to come in and change your views? A politician gonna come in based off of the views of corporations. Yep. They're never gonna be out the views of people, it's out the views of corporations. Corporations is what they go. America is a corporation. Corporations are who's gonna run this country. Who's gonna make decisions. This is how these people get rich off of you. Listen, they get this sat down. Listen, I could be Smith, Klein, Beecham. You could be them. You could be any of these people. You could be Quest. All we got to do is be one of these major companies sit down with the government to say, this is the disease we're going to put on the people. And this is the cure for the disease right here. We're going to let the disease float out here, kill 30 million people. Then we're going to come in, we're going to bring the cure in, and we're going to charge the people this amount of money, and we're going to walk away with trillions of dollars. Then you say, man, if I could have invested in that, think if you could have been the person to create the disease. See, when you get in, you get on the back end. They get in, I'm creating the disease. So I made the cure before I made the disease. All I need is enough people to die there and babies. When babies get sick and babies start crying and dying, they'll say whatever the government got to do. I say, well, listen, y'all, it's still experimental stage. I mean, y'all say, bump that. Give it to us now. Our babies dying. I said, well, I mean, if y'all want it, but I just need y'all to sign this paper saying no prosecution or anything happen. You're saying prosecution? These kids dying, my baby's dying. I said, I just want to make sure we clear, but whatever to help you, suckers. Yep. Suckers. Yep. That's how they get us every time. They create the disease. They always had a cure for the disease. Yep. You don't put the disease out unless you got a cure. That's right. So you think Yahuah let sin in the world and he didn't come with no cure for it? Sin in him, we don't have a cure for it. You can't be that stupid. You only release the disease because you got a cure. When Musa released the serpent, the caution they bit the people, what did the people do? They laid there and died. He already knew what to do. Go fashion one just like the one that killed him and put up on a stick. Yep. Why would kill the people? It don't make sense to kill them unless I can revive them. See, y'all got to start thinking. I need y'all thinking. That's why we got to get conscious. We got to get sober. Last stuff we just got to get rid of. We got to move away from. Got to get conscious. Got to get conscious when you watch the TV. You got to get conscious with everything you're doing. You watch a news segment, everything, because everybody's playing you. Yeah. Everybody has an agenda. I have an agenda. Remember that. Don't ever. Somebody say, "Well, preacher got an agenda." You said, "Well, that would be dumb. I have to have an agenda. I'm talking to you. Right. I'm proposing something. How's that not an agenda?" Right. Please always know people have. But you got to pay attention to the underlying agenda. In the long term, where it's just going to put you. So now you got to learn how to make deals with people that help further you to get you where you're going. You know, I used to catch a bus years ago, go downtown. The bus I catch, amazing, sometimes wouldn't take you downtown. The thing would go toward downtown, and the dumb thing would turn, and it would go off, and it would go to a train station, and the train would take me. Sometimes you got to go with somebody a little out the way to get to where you're going. That looked direct, but you know what? In order to get you where I was going, I'm going to have to shoot you this way. Somebody else got to handle you from here. That's all they did. Look, I'm saying, you know how many times I thought on that bus, if this bus just kept going, I wouldn't even have to catch the train. That bus be going, let's say, we almost take that, and we getting further out, and we take me somewhere out to a state and say, now let that train take you, bro. Right. You know what? I learned to accept that because it got me eventually where I was trying to go. Yeah. You've accepted a lot here. Are you getting the way you need to go? You following the system. Come on, you're accepting a lot from it. Are you getting where you need to go? It'd be one thing you take me a little out if you still take me where I'm going. Mm-hmm. But you've been taking how far and you never got the way you were going. True. You never got the success. True. You never got the health and wealth. True. You never got the prosperity. So why are you still riding? Mm-hmm. Can y'all understand what I'm trying to get y'all to say? I'm about the whole man. The whole man is I could take all the spirituality I want to. I show you when this natural man is hurting, when this natural man is bleeding for something, this natural man is crying and needing something, that's going to be a harder cry than that spiritual man. Because this natural man deal with practicality right now. Everything the rock the man got to deal with is something I have to kind of take and I got to transform it over and correlate it with something. This man ain't got to correlate with nothing. This man say, I'm hungry. I correlate with, I'm done hungry. that bottom line, I'm hungry and I need to eat now. And I need resolve now. So I got to balance two people on two fronts. You do too. And if you don't learn how to get some balance for that natural man, your spiritual man going to crash. He going to crash. I know what you told yourself. And I believe that I'm a proponent. Seek ye first the Malkuth Elohim and all his Sadiq. All that'll be added. Which means there are some other things you're going to take your eyes off of, but you're going to have to build up something for that natural man. Otherwise, that natural man going to faint. It don't work that way. It just don't work that. The natural man ain't going to sit back and take but so much. He's not going to do it. Even Yahushua realized when the people fed him, he said he got to feed them. So unless they faint in the way. Had nothing to do with their spirit. It had something to do with them being a man. I'm tired. I can't keep going and ain't getting nothing out of it. Y'all understand me? I want to tell y'all as truthful as I can. Listen, where we need to be, we not. We're far off. Naturally and ruachly. We can build to get to that point. But you guys have to be willing to sacrifice and push behind in order to create for ourselves. The whole end of what I'm trying to do, I just need to get us out of him. That's it. I'm just trying to get us out of him. That's it. I just need to hold us till he get back in. Y'all got it? I don't need trillions of dollars. I don't need billions of dollars. I just need to be able to hold us till he get back in. I need to be able to sustain and keep these kids till he get back in. They got a whole world out here fighting for our kids. They doing it with cartoons. They're doing it with Nickelodeon. And they still got Nickelodeon. They're doing it with all these Teletubbies. They got everybody where they got SpongeBob working on. My kids are fighting too many spirits. My kids are fighting a lot. They got Paw Patrol. They got dogs teaching kids how to do human stuff. We got a lot going. My kids are fighting a lot. They fighting a lot. They might not seem like it. These kids fighting a lot. There's a lot of entities coming. They fighting the video game. They fighting the whole internet world. They fighting cyber. They fighting social media. They fighting their friends in school. They fighting homosexuals trying to read to them. They got homosexuals trying to attract them. My kids fighting a lot. So if we don't put something in front of them that's practical to sustain and hold them, we're going to lose them. Even a good man to give up out the wild. You know how many people going to jail with innocent turning into criminals? You can succumb to you can succumb to your surroundings. Man, they got this lizard, they call it a chameleon. Yeah. And you know what it is? He's learned to adapt and change himself to his environment. This is what you are. I need to transform you back. We can't transform to our environment and our society, regardless of what it does. Homosexuality, adultery, fornication, drunkenness, smoking, lying, whatever it might be, we can't conform to that. Yeah. Y'all got it? We can't. We got to make drastic measures to make sure we don't conform to it. Y'all got it? But you got to have the understanding to go along with this. Y'all got it? Y'all got to be willing to work and do it. First thing you got to do, you got to be willing to live right. If you ain't willing to live right, everything else is going to fail. People say, yeah, I'm going to live right. Let's get that money. No, you got the wrong understanding. The only reason we're trying to get the money is sustain ourselves till we get out of here.
That's right. That's right.
See, I done had money. I done did all that. I done did that whole little song and dance. I'm telling what money do for you. The more you get, the more you're going to have to run behind to keep it. There's no amount of money that you get that you say don't worry about it, you stop. Because once you get it, you know how to make it, you know how you want to keep doing it. And the fact that you'll keep doing it and run behind it, you're chasing something. And while you're chasing, you're going to be leaving something. So you got to learn how to have and yet possess nothing. Y'all got it? Realize it's all alone. He just allowed me to use it. That's all he do. He just allowed me to use the health and strength. He just allowed me to use it. Somebody else don't have it today. He said, everybody here, how many of y'all got your health and strength today? You ain't going to believe why though. That's all. Somebody else don't have it. So it's a balance out here. You got to have a balance. You can't have people out here where it don't matter how many wear, how many. It does matter. And he have a balance. He got a scale. He just saw fit today to put you in the balance scale of saying, you all right today. So you start learning how you got to operate for today. You got to start how you got to learn, how you got to mobilize. If I'm going to continue to be here until he come back, then I know I got to prepare something that's going to make sense. Y'all got it? And y'all got to keep your mind on a readiness. You got to stay on the readiness. Y'all up there, y'all conscious? How many of y'all conscious up there, y'all ready to be a part? I see them shaking their head. I'm talking about going all the way. Listen, we can sustain ourselves now. They ain't, I know a lot of y'all in here. I know y'all don't believe it because y'all don't do it. I know you don't believe it. Let me tell you something. Let's do this. You ain't gonna believe it. I ain't effed up everything I have. That's because I ain't no diamond. Because I ain't no diamond. I got to think for more than just today. Now, y'all don't have to listen to me how you follow. I ain't effed up your money. You made deals, you made situations to try to build your situation. Things didn't happen. That's why I say I claim they're living. But I tell you what we can do. We can build.
Yes, sir.
We can build to have another sustainer to get out of him. That's the best you can do. Trying to build to be here forever, you be a fool. Fool's gold. Fool's gold. Only thing I'm trying to do, I'm trying to sustain to get enough. I just need to get us out of him. That's the only thing I'm worried about at this point. I just need to get us out. I don't want to eat hand and mouth to nobody. I don't want to beg nobody for nothing. That's what Dawood said. He said he was young, but name was old. He said he never seen a Sadiq forsaken, and nor he ain't seen his seed beg for no bread. And I don't never want to beg these people for nothing. That's why I push and do what I do. I don't never want to live hand and mouth to nobody. I don't never want to be in nobody's hand to feed me and decide when I eat and when I don't. That part of that apartheid government stuff these people give me. A lot of folks, how many of y'all young people not familiar with the apartheid? The apartheid. How many young people? All of them, I say slow to raise their hand. Y'all trying to think about it. You need me to spell it? Because I know you know what it is. If I say it, the spell ain't going to make no difference. You familiar with the apartheid? Come tell me what it is. Come up here. You know me, you don't like each other before you get up here, right? Well, come on. Where our relationship at before we start talking? Are we in a good place?
No.
Why you so close to me? That's what I'm saying. Back up. Anytime you're in a good place, you don't know. Wow! I could have lost it. I could have killed him. So tell me what the apartheid is, for what you know.
Well, I know apartheid.
For what you know. What?
Apartheid in South Africa was like segregation, and some parts of South Africa you had to work for food, and then you had to have like this little passport thing to go to a different town.
Oh.
And if you didn't, they would beat you on spot.
Oh, well, he got an idea about what the apartheid government. I think the word was first used in like 1948 or so when it came in. The apartheid government was actually set up to where it was where the minority whites, the whites always been the minority, against the majority blacks, which were the so-called people of color. And what the minority whites would do, it really regulated what you could even learn and what you could become. See, let me tell you how that worked. The so-called Negro don't know, he in an apartheid government now.
Right here. That's right. That's right.
See, the apartheid government has never stopped. The apartheid government, you need to understand language and you need to understand what these people are telling you. The apartheid government, minority white, just like minority white here, enforced upon the blacks. They controlled the education. They controlled what jobs that they could get. They controlled where they could live. I couldn't think of nowhere else in the world that happened.
Right here. Right now.
There's no way I could think other than South Africa that ever happened. Can y'all? Where education control by a minority, where healthcare control, and where you stay and what you could become. You know what's amazing? Elementary school you went to, was it predominantly black or white? How many times they taught you about being a doctor? They encourage you to be a doctor, elementary. How about a lawyer? What about them talking about one day you could grow up and you could be on the Supreme Court? Did you know what the Supreme Court was approximately elementary? And the same thing happened at your elementary school happened at mine, because it's apartheid. See, if we'd have went to a predominantly white, they would discuss things like becoming doctors and becoming career-oriented and becoming politicians. What elementary school was predominantly white, black, Haitian, black? Did they talk to you about you growing up being a lawyer, being a doctor? You becoming Supreme Court, being the first black woman president? They didn't talk to you about that. Amazing. Can y'all imagine? White or black? Black. Did they talk to you about being a doctor, being a lawyer? You heard of it? They did. Did they try to encourage you as far as encourage, or they just maybe, when you say you heard, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, if you can remember, was it, Stacia, you could become, or did they say maybe to the class that some of you could become lawyers? So they don't individually pick you out to tell you stuff like that. You put it out so that way you don't find yourself guilty. And I'm not gonna blame it all on the system, because let's go. They're gonna say it can start in the home. Let's just be honest. How practical was it for our parents? How practical was it for my mom to be a doctor, to tell me about being one? Or my father being an attorney to tell me? A lot of times you tell people what you see practical. Yeah. So when you don't see it in your midst, or you don't see you accomplishing it, it's not something you try to sell your kid. They sold us on get a job. You need to get out and get you a job. When you tell us, think about this, I need you to get out and get a job. What did I just sentence them to? Yeah, I mean, what's out there? What's a job? Do you know that's the best thing that the so-called Negro have? You need to get, boy, you need to get your behind and get a job. What did I just tell you to get? Anything, whatever you can grab. I didn't set you up. Son, you need to go back to school to complete your education to become. You need to be working in your field, or you need to be working what we establish or what we put up. The best we can tell you, you need to get your behind out here and get a job. That's bad information for a so-called Negro. Anybody tell you that, they just give you a death sentence. Well, y'all help me out. What the day if I tell you to go get a job? What they open the door up for? That's whatever they hiring for. And what's the future in whatever they hiring for? Whatever they got. See, you're constantly living a life that's constantly doomed. You don't ever see an end to anything you do. Why you think we so destructive at the club? Why y'all think we so think about it? What is your end? What's your end game? A job. What is your end game after a job? A job leads to more jobs.
Yep. Right.
You need a job, you need a career. Yeah. You need something that's going to help better you that. And listen, when we talk about career for my young people, this is what you want to look at when you look at a job. You don't want to just get some. First of all, I always want to do something you like. I've been fortunate to do what I like. Y'all got me? Do what you like, really what you love. Make sure that's something to do. Now, what you love need to be able to sustain you. It need to give you a fulfillment. Don't just do it for the money. If you're not getting fulfillment, you're just working for paper, and you're going to find yourself miserable all your life. Make sure you're doing something you love, something you feel like that's fulfilling, that's rewarding to you, and something that can sustain you, that can take care of you, and can give you a life of pleasure. Y'all get me? I don't want nothing to just pay. It feed me. I don't need nothing to just feed me. I can go to a homeless shelter. I'm not going to break my back for something to just feed me. Y'all want the truth. That's what you need to look for. It need to be something fulfilling. It need to be something you want to do. Something you love to. Listen, told me years ago the truth. If you love it, you'll never work a day in your life. If you don't love it, you'll hate it. It'll be miserable. It just grinds. It just pushes on you. It just pulls on you. It just weighs on you. You want to make sure you're doing something that's fulfilling. You're giving something back. That's a profit in what you're doing, because the world is about give and take. Just like you here, you got to give and take. You eat, you got to defecate too, right? You got to give and take. You take something, you got to give something back. Y'all know that? Yes, even the animal kingdom, that's what they do. Cows eat the grass, they eat the shrub, and they get through what they put it back. And the grass grow back thicker. That's how you keep regenerating. Let's look at your situation. Now, everything we got out here and give something back. What are you getting? What do you get back? You see where your destruction coming from? You're exactly right, John. If you're getting nothing, that means that your demise is more imminent. See, everything you're putting out, you're not getting back. You're putting the best music out here. You know who getting out of what? Taylor Swift. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton been dead. That's a clone. Them titties died in 1982. Them not the same titties. Listen, nobody tit can sit up this long. I don't care if they're on a stand. In Yahushua could only do 3 days with nails. There's no way you can hold no titties up from no 1970 to no 2023. It's just not possible. So now you're looking at all these things. Everybody else is always profiting off of you, and you're not making any profits. You don't even see yourself. You are a bad investment in yourself. You're a terrible investment because you have no returns. So now we got to start working on how to make you profitable. In what Yahuah give you, don't you know he kept looking at he was looking at people that he could profit with? He kept trying to tell you about profits. You got to look at your profits over your loss. Only he stuck with you because your profits were bigger than your losses. We lost 25,000 in one day. Look how many people he recovered. Because he looked at the profits were going to be bigger than the losses. Why would you hold on to a failing company? The only person that don't know their value is you and I. I'm offering you and I an opportunity to change our value. And to change our value is to change the way we look at things, the way we process things. Stop thinking other people control your latter end. Other people don't control your end. You have an end on this too. You have a say on your destiny. But what we do, we crab, horn, steal, lie, cheat, and beat one another, and then you still got to come back and borrow. Only reason it makes sense to steal, lie, and cheat if you were profiting. You're not even profiting, so why are you doing it?
That's right.
Now, it'd be different if I was stealing and I didn't need nothing else. I wouldn't have to do nothing else. Right. I'm profiting. Why would I stop? Right. You're not even profiting.
That's right.
You're losing. So we have to start looking at what really best profit and best sits us to be a better people. All right, I ain't gonna waste a whole lot of time. I ain't gonna believe. Let's do this here. I said, anywhere I want to go, I want to eat, I can go today. Yeah. Anywhere I want to go on this globe, I can go today. I ain't got to try to set up for next week and try to find when it's convenient time when I have money. I can go today. I want you to set yourself up. Everyone set ourselves. It ain't about going where you want to go. It's about being able to sustain yourself. With salvation, you have to have a piece of that before you can obtain it. Yep. All right, listen, man. If everything I'm gonna get on that side, it ain't gonna help me. Come battle my fight. My fight is right here. Right. Listen, he give me some serenity right here. Yes, y'all listen. He give me some shalom right here now. I didn't for when we go on the other side, we gonna go. I ain't gonna tell you no lie now. He give you something here now. Dawood and everybody that can't, he gave them something here. Yahuah rewards him too. Now don't let these folks tell you they lie now. But you gotta remember, we have to stabilize ourselves. Y'all have to get out of this. Y'all gotta stop this section. Ain't you tired of struggling? How many y'all ain't tired of struggling? You ain't tired of beating your head? So why you ain't try to do something different? Say, listen, let's sit down and let's come up with a concrete plan, and everybody will initiate making sure we make this foolproof plan work. Y'all want to put your money somewhere and sit back and come on. What's going on? What's going on? Man, you gotta be proactive.
That's right.
Listen, I'm trying to help y'all not listen. Even in a bad economy, money be made.
Big money. Yes,
Don't let these folks make no fool at you. In a bad economy, if money be made. They only let the economy be bad because these people gonna make money. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. A lot of these people gonna sell their share, they're gonna sell their stock, and they're gonna buy them at pennies, and they're just gonna go back up, and they're gonna come rich again. It's the same system every time. You run scare the people out of it, and they'll dump it for less than what they paid. You walk in and buy it at a profit, and then when it go up, you get a major profit, and you be right back telling myself, I'm gonna go back and buy it again. Go look at what you bought it for the third time versus what you bought it for the first time had you waited. It's because no one has equipped you to think. No one taught you on how you need to learn how to build together. I've been trying to push this for a long time. Either I get this negative out of y'all, I'm a hoe. Y'all just got this nasty, you just a nasty dog. None of y'all, let me tell you why you're a nasty dog. I didn't know you're just a nasty dog. You ain't never, this one, none of them that don't go in, don't ever come up with nothing. Yeah. Now, one of them that go in don't never have nothing. They don't never come up with nothing they got, nothing. Yeah. Never happen because you just a loser. You're a loser where you sit on the side, you want to see people fail because you've been a hoe all your life. You got to change, you're going to do in the battle. You got to change. Listen, life about chance. You can't make it, you don't take no chances. You take a chance every day you get up and you go out of the house, something can happen, you could die. I take a chance on me trying to make sure I capitalize and get. My people got to eat. My people got to eat. I can't do, listen, man, I can't do that scared stuff y'all do. I'll never make it with that stuff. Listen, I'm too afraid to eat hand and mouth to these people to be too afraid to take a chance at risk and making something happen. Yeah. I got to do it. This is the only thing I know how to do. I got to risk and do it. I'm too afraid. Man, that white man, listen, he ain't going to never feed me what he's supposed to give me. He going to always shortchange me. Right. He going to always give me less. He going to say, look at you, big man. You don't need nothing but a crumb. Because he going to want me smaller than what I am. He want me broke down. He want me defenseless. And I'm trying to help you because that's where you headed. What you think crashing most of these marriages, crashing these relationships, financial issues? Whoa, people just giving up. They ain't got no drive. No, for what? Ain't nothing out here. Don't be stupid. There's something out here. They just make an illusion that you don't see it. And if you don't stay in contact and communication with people that's doing something, you're going to be left behind. I assure you, people making money. You be stupid you want to. People making money. And you need to be mad with the fact why you ain't one of them. Because it's the folks you associate with, and it's the way you think. You think, bro, I ain't got nothing. Okay, if you ain't got nothing, what you got to lose? Everybody ain't got nothing, I'll be first to the table. I ain't got nothing to lose, I ain't got nothing. I'm trying to get something. They scared they're going to lose what little they got. The little you got, okay, don't do nothing with the little you got. How long can you going to lose it anyway? Because you're going to keep pinching off of it. You can't pitch off a savings. Savings gonna break you. That's the dumbest thing they told you about. Get a savings. What is a savings for? All the savings is for is to tell you to spend it later. So okay, your plan is a saving. So when you start spending your savings, how you surviving now? Let me help y'all stop making dumb plans. A savings is dumb because you're only saving it to spend it. So you have to set up something that can generate, that can support you throughout. That's what I'm trying to offer you guys. I've been trying to offer that for the longest time. You guys, it's like you guys are, you just not conscious. It's like this poor, struggling, starving lion had you. Listen, what come with broken lying? What come with lying is cheating. Come with cheating is stealing. You already got the whole recipe for failure with this man. I'm telling you, it's about integrity. You can't have integrity you poor like that. They know you can't. That's why they do it. They purposely do it. They know they're going to drive a man in pregnant. That man going to lose his integrity. He's going to have to steal. He's going to have to lie. Everything he want to do, he'll have to do it because he'll look at he in need of. So you ought to set yourself to sustain yourself so you don't let nobody put you in that position. Hello?
Yes, sir.
What you think going to happen? They don't put you in that position. What Cup told Yahushua? He said, I'll never deny you. That's what he said till he got put in the right position. And he looked at these, the same folk took that man going to kill him. Never seen him before. I wasn't with him. Now you think when they caught me in the present position when he with Yahushua, he tell you, I'll never do it. Not me. They'll never make me do it. All they got to do is put you in the right place, baby, and put that pressure on you. You'll deny him. Every one of you will do it. Every one of us will do it. So don't you know, knowing this, don't you think that puts me in a preparedness with my mind? Don't you think you need to be in some type of preparedness since you know these people will put you in that situation? The man clearly told the man he would never deny him. Do we think that he was lying when he told Yahushua that? No, but you get put in the right situation, what happens? You're forced, your hands forced. He got to look at what's in it. These folks, they got him to kill him. They'll kill me right now. I got to say whatever I got to say to stay alive. Don't you know what I'm offering you? I'm offering you an opportunity to never be put in that situation where somebody control you again. While these people are busy trying to unscrew this mess they made in Gaza, which they not, is their mess. And the mess they got in Russia and Ukraine, and the mess they got finna going with Venezuela and going on with Guyana. This is our best time for us to build and start to put ourselves together if we're going to build ourselves. Yeah. You ain't going to make it. Yeah. I'm telling you, most of the so-called nigga, you ain't going to make it. He has no prepare, he has no readiness, and he has no drive. He don't have anybody speaking for him. Nobody knows your real situation. Who gonna speak for you? The Palestinians? Your story ain't the same struggle. Are you serious? He talking about that little spot of land he got. We talking about people came and took all of Kibbalon from us.
That's right.
You talking about from the water to the sea? Where you talking, man, are you serious? Man, we were coast to coast. We ran continents. That man came in and look at, we're still being destroyed every day. Every day we sit in their schools, reading their books, and we're getting dumber. What am I expecting him to give me for a grade? He captured me. What is he going to tell you? Of course he's going to tell you I'm dyslexic. Of course he's going to tell you I need some kind of shot to make me sit in my seat or some pills. Because I'm trying to break oppression. Right. This is his system.
That's right.
Why wouldn't I naturally rebel against it?
That's right.
This is how sick you are. You incarcerate people, you shoot up people, you get them pills, and you put them in a straitjacket because they want to break away from the oppressor. But if they sit down and accept the oppression, you get them a suit and a tie and a title, and you tell them that's your boy.
Crazy.
When I'm the one been captured.
That's right.
You were captured. You weren't brought here willingly.
That's right.
And when you were here already, he took you and captured you.
That's right.
So at some point, when are you going to change your situation? You keep coming to him waiting on a book to open up and change everything about you. You didn't know what all encompassed you getting here. How many players were involved? Why Yahushua come back and he gonna pierce all of them and he gonna get all of them that pierced him? For what we know, there wasn't nothing but the children of Yasharal that said do it. But they had some other people that persuaded them. Yeah. There were some other entities that were involved as well. Yeah. Hello? Why did man come back and he gonna punish everybody had a part in it? Won't he just get the main culprit? Why you so dumb that you still sitting around accusing the white man of all your problems when you don't realize there's some other people had to play along in this?
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling you to hate white people. I want you to just be truthful with yourself. Truthful with yourself gonna start what you know to be true before we get to this book. Who all you think actually played a part of you being here? Ask yourself about these so-called good Indians you want to go wet the back of your hair, your neck up and claim it's Indian hair. All these people were here too, and all these people don't like you. All these people were in part, and they knew you were here before them too. Every time you see the story, you're going to see them and a pack of that Fu Manchu and some white guy with one of them Quaker hats on and trying like they were all here when you were here before these people got here. You were here before the Scandinavians came through, before they went to Minnesota. The so-called Vikings, you were here before they came. I know how all of them sailed through here. None of that stuff impressed me. You were here.
That's right.
You were already established. You were already here. Everybody you helped came back to burn you, and nobody claiming they got nothing from you.
That's right.
Go back and show you the first Chinese folk, they were black. Everybody show you, everybody black. Everybody was black. Now black, the worst color you ever seen in your life. They're the worst color, the ugliest, darkest, ugly color you had, and this was the first color they had down here. That's all we had on the planet was black. The whole planet was black. Black, or it came to us. Y'all got it? And it was a black truth. Y'all got it? It was the black truth. That's what we heard. The black truth came down here and we heard it. That we were here first, and that light came across our face. We seen it. We can testify to it. They go to Rock Eagle and they'll testify to some daughters of Confederate, gonna testify they seen some aliens come here. Nobody believe our story. We said when he came, he appeared to us. That's what he said, he appeared to us when he came. And then he folk done ostracized or put her back, and we accept every white ideology they give us. Jesus, Santa Claus, everybody. Everybody's Satan. Even he's a good devil. A good little devil. Now that makes you a moron. That makes you a moron. He teaches you that everything he got bad is good. Look at wrestling. We came up, they had good and bad side. Now all of them the same. He the only person, y'all remember how wrestling changed? Remember when wrestling had good and bad? You was on the good side. Now everybody on the other side, it don't matter no. Ain't no good or bad. And we wonder why homosexual work. They use wrestling to make you to conform to everything. You had to be on one side. Wasn't no you know anybody. You were either on the good side or the bad side. They took that out. Now look at it now. Ain't no such good thing, no bad sissy. Everybody good. Good sissy, good straight, everybody straight. Everybody good. So they kind of took down that middle wall. That middle wall hurt you now because now you don't know how to decipher. You don't know how to distinguish. You don't know what side you belong. You don't even know how to prepare. You try to defend yourself. These people done gave you so many bad methodology, you don't even know what you need to be doing. You have no idea. You just come, you just sit on somebody to give you some great writing, scripture reading that's going to fix everything out. Look at all the dynamics that play a part of your situation. Look at how much is not working for you. This not by chance. You got to start looking at the situation. Look at how many players are involved. You remember I played the game one time, I told you, always the ball. Always the ball. I remember first time I played, the guy sat and talked to him. Two more people jumped on this side. Yeah, man, that one. And I got it. You know, I ain't know till I got above them. They were together. They were together. That person encouraging me, tell man, man, you'll get it next time. They were together. Yes, sir. Always the ball. I thought it was by itself. The other two players, they were with him. They were with him. They would encourage me to keep going. Always the ball. He would tell me, I always got it. I wouldn't listen because the other two encouragers kept telling me, man, you got, man, you like the guy. I thought with that one right there, get you to go back again. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all know how many other influences out here? The United Nations, all them folk meeting, all these people are crooks and robbers. Whole United Nations table are crooks and robbers. Yep. These are the same people sat back here and they know what's happening to you in America and they'll do nothing. Right. These people are meat, they'll fund, they'll feed. Where your security council at? Where your security council meeting? King was shot, what were you in? You know who they gave us? They gave us the good old National Guard of America. That beat us, that shot us with water hose, that put German shepherds on us after you were shot by them. This is what America gives you, but they give everybody else the UN. They got security council meeting. They have meetings, they veto meetings or whether they approve meetings. Nobody had a meeting about you. You know these people met about you. They met about the assassination of Dr. King. Yeah. You don't think they were going to be a global mess? Yeah. You know they met about Dr. King. You can't be that stupid. This is a global mess. And they all conspired to sit back and be quiet and let America handle it. You can go to Kibbalon, you ain't gonna believe who picture you'll see over there. Martin Luther King. Yes, sir. Martin Luther King, historian of Kibbalon. They knew they were gonna uproar the whole world. Everybody met and they all conspired together to make sure contain it to America. Then they come back and give it to you and know they tell you about, I had a dream. Anytime you say that, you just told me you weren't conscious. I can't take it serious. Once you tell me you had a dream, how serious I'm supposed to take that? It was a dream. How serious I'm supposed to take it? That's how we're going to know Martin as the dreamer. Because he's trying to tell you in your own word, you can't take it for reality. I had a dream the other night, a dog would chase me and it ate both my legs off. How many of y'all think my legs gone now? How many of y'all think a chance I could have lost my leg? So how serious you taking this dream? Please don't tell me about Dr. King's dream. I need to hear about his awakening. See, this is another way they suppress you into your thinking. Stop letting people just tell you anything, because you know dreams are a figment of your imagination. So what are they trying to tell you when they keep talking about every time they post? What do you see? Dr. King, figmentation of his imagination, not reality. Say they beat you every time. You're not clever. I don't know why y'all want to waste time to fight me. You can't beat your oppressor. I'm much smarter than your oppressor. I know how he beat you.
Yes, sir.
He got other players. He won't beat you by himself. It look like you fighting by yourself. You're not. Every time these groups are tried, that's why they lost. They put their fight in the wrong arena. You can't go to your oppressor and look for your oppressor to do nothing to you. Your oppressor already know what he's doing to you. Like George Floyd, when he was on the ground, when Derek Chauvin had his knee, who remember that what he said he couldn't do? Breathe. What was he say he couldn't do? Who said that? So Derek Chauvin didn't know that already. So he told it to Derek Chauvin, and how did that work out? So let me ask y'all a question, you coons and possums. Why you keep telling Derek Chauvin you can't breathe?
Exactly.
How did that work out?
Don't work.
Saw the little relief he got? Nope. And after he knew he wasn't breathing, the folks told him, he not even moving. What Derek Chauvin do?
Didn't move.
And guess who won't answer the statement? I'm telling Derek Chauvin, I can't get nowhere in America.
He ain't moving.
I'm telling Derek Chauvin, I want to try to advance. I want these kids to be able to get a good education. And y'all know Derek Chauvin is moving the best he can to fix that school for these little sweetie pies. Derek Chauvin represents Mr. and Mrs. America.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Don't you think I know what I'm doing to you when I put that knee in your neck?
Yep.
You think they hadn't already trained him? What happened when he put his knee down? You think they didn't teach them in that academy? Then when you put your knee right here and you cut off the air to the windpipe, what happens?
Yep.
And they also taught him how long you need to do this and you need to take it off because this person can die in contrast to you doing this.
Yep.
And Derek Chauvin chose to do what they told him to do when it's a person of color.
Yep.
They lie all the time. They will tell a lie and claim like they're hurting and claim like they can't breathe. All of them claim their mama was raped and their daddy wasn't there. They always got some lie going on. So you can't believe nothing they say. And all Derek Chauvin did like he was trained. Y'all lie all the time. Y'all always claiming something. You claim white folks doing stuff to you, claiming we putting disease on you. Now he claiming he can't breathe. Well, go figure. Every time you look around, y'all telling another one of them lies. You see how I hurt you? I want to help you to put yourself in a position where you don't have to ask Derek Chauvin again to let you breathe. I think that'd be the best solution for you. The way you've been going ain't working out too well for you. Because if it ain't Derek Chauvin, that's another one. And 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 they just keep creating themselves because you know what? There's no penalty. There's no penalty for taking the life of the so-called ignorant Negro. So there has to become some kind of penalty. There has to become some kind of severity for taking the lives of the so-called Negro. Y'all saw how Israel instituted 17,500 killed versus the 1,200 they claim were killed on October the 4th. They saying this number don't make sense. What the Palestinians did wasn't anywhere near this magnitude of what they done. They said, listen, when you took our people, I told you I was exacting. When I exact, my number gonna be higher than your number anyway. I'm saying for every life you took of mine, I'm saying it take at least 7 of yours to make up for this. Every one I take, I need 7 of yours to make up for every one you took. You know what that make them start looking at? The numbers. So how many Israelis you want to kill? Well, you look at you losing 7 men to my 1. The only reason why they keep killing your people, look at the numbers. They're only becoming more wealthy. That money they get, no organs that they get, they put, and there's no recourse from you. Am I telling you to kill white people? No, I'm telling you to kill stupidity. You got to start valuing your life just like the Palestinians doing theirs. When you gonna start valuing your life? When you gonna start caring about your kids? Y'all gotta sit around, y'all gonna leave it on top of one man to come up with a plan to try to fix something for these kids. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's irresponsible. I think we should have already been motivated to do something spiritually and naturally. We should have already advanced ourselves. We wasted too much time. We really have, and we hadn't gone nowhere. The whole time, all we did, you've been just spinning your wheel. You hadn't gone nowhere. Most of y'all just sit here, you wait on, it's bad. You sit around waiting on the next disaster. And your disaster don't take much. Think about it, the average of you sitting around, it don't even take a whole lot in your whole life. What is the man trying to put the value on your life? Think about how much it takes right now to crush your whole life. We're talking less than $1,000. We're talking less than $2,000 to destroy your whole life, to take you out. That'll kill you. $5 grand will wipe you off the planet. You know how scary that is? You know how many pennies that is? Absolutely nothing. The fact that he reduced our life down to, it takes nothing to wipe you out. He just basically got you holding on. And you good with your life being that way. You good with your life being like that. That's what's scary to me. It's scary to me I got this many people that's okay with that. It don't matter. Why? What's wrong with you? Why do you devalue yourself that you think that your life ain't worth but $1,000? No, there's no monetary value on your life. But look where you put your life at. A couple of $100 can change your mood. $1,000 just crush you and kill you all the way out. $5,000, you might put a bullet to your head, kill yourself. 10,000. This way you put your life at. That's why he has a monetary value on our lives. He reduced us down the way you living at. He know you can flake at any time. All I gotta do is put the right news story right there. I put the right scenario situation out here, you're done. You're off the bench, you're done. That's too much power for one man. Y'all got me? Yes, sir. Only person need that much power is Yahuah. Now I said a lot, I know they ain't gonna pay attention. Some of y'all probably paid attention, some of y'all probably didn't. But I assure y'all, I'm gonna be your best help on this side of Yahuah come back here. I'm gonna be telling you the truth because I care about what happened in your state. If we're going to do something, we're going to have to do it together. And you got to stop and get rid of the individual vendettas you got or trying to accomplish and doing your own. You've been how successful by yourself? One of y'all raise your hand and tell me you've been successful by yourself. Well, how about in him? You know how we're going to do it? We'll do it together.
That's right. That's right.
I'm telling you, it's going to crash your marriage. It's just a matter of time. Financial problem, it's going to crash your marriage. It's going to destroy your kids. It's going to destroy everything you work for. And listen, he's gotten that power. We let him put his hand in there. You know, sometimes you let people, you say, don't put your hand in there. Sometimes people put their hand, you got to throw the whole thing away. You say, I don't even want it now. You know what he did? He put his hand, we let him put his hand and said, here you go. Here go yours. Here go yours, Val. Then man, you thinking, how do we do this? Do y'all understand we're the only race of people he got his hand inside our pie? We're the only people that told, we told the guy his hand, he got his hand in the pie, and we running kisses behind for the 2024 to make sure he get elected again. Because they sold you by some other people want to kill you, some Republicans. All this stuff nothing but hoax and lies. It's a system that's set up on killing you. See, none of these people out here, none of these races can survive and make it unless you stay at the bottom. Y'all want the truth about yourself? Every race, barring none, there's not one race that want to see you on top again. Right. Never. Don't believe it. Yep. Don't believe it. That's right. Nobody wants to see you on top again. They know what happened. Yep. They know when you ran and hit the Supreme, you're not letting nobody up there. That's right. They know what's going to happen. And they're not a fool. That's why they're going to make sure they keep you on the bottom. Yep. That's why they don't give you no so-called black heroes. That's why they don't give you no story, no sagas about nobody did nothing great black. They're going to tell you about limited people here because there's a lot more people outside of here did a lot more work than what you'll ever learn about these people here. A lot of people in education, medicine, everything. They give you Charles, Drew, and everybody else. They only give you a couple of few people, and all those will be assisted by white people. There are a lot of people did a whole lot of work before this was ever invented, came to pass. That's right. That's why they people fight you. That's why they do what they do to you. Same reason they destroy Haitians. They destroy haters. Because they'll never forget them for liberating themselves. America hate them for it. America and France, they hate them to death. They want them dead. Also, they got minerals in there. That's what they're taking from them now. They're going to show you all the Haitian gangs over there. It's not the Haitian gang. The Haitian gang, them are fighting the UN. The UN and the US over there, they over there took them over. Come on. Yeah, they helped assassinate their president. Yeah, then they put somebody else a puppet for them now. Yes, they're trying to make them serve them. See, this is what they do to you. See, Haiti going to continue to pay. Hey, listen, Haitians are stinking, nasty, and killers. That's what they're going to teach you. Yep. Okay, you tell me what you know about them. That's all you know. Who taught you? That's what he told you. Why would they lie? So he tell you enough to make us hate each other, make us fight each other, make us stay separated. Now, I had to tell y'all all that because this just stuff you really don't know, do you? You don't know why a lot of your demand, why we fight and why we hate each other. You got all these people, you just throw us together and we don't know enough about each other. Yeah. See, we all got different struggles. We need to respect each other. First, they make you think Haitian hate you, then you hate somebody else. Then somebody, all these folks been told you hate. They never talked to you and got the information from you. When some Haitian came and told they hate you? Got a point. All we got is what they keep telling us. And you can't ever win a fight based on what somebody else keep telling you. We got to start learning for ourselves where we at. We got to start putting our own creeds down. Stop letting somebody else dictate and lead us because we behind. Our kids behind. We losing our men. Listen, other people can give their kids over to homosexual. They have enough. They have enough to where they can. You're limited. Most of your men are incarcerated. Most of your men already behind. Our straight men behind. We'd be better if they were gay. At least they'd be advancing. I'm just being honest. Okay. Our men that far behind. Listen, our men we got to hold their hands and walk them through and show them to teach them how to get through him. That's where we at. That's how bad he crippled us. We used to be men, we'll find our way. It's dangerous. You can't let them do it. You got to handhold our men. And we got to get over this stuff we got, this pride, arrogant foolishness we got, so we can move our men forward. Because as long as our men stand behind our women, you ain't going to ever advance either. And it's bad for a woman to jump in front of a man. That's bad. The woman don't need to be in front of a man. That's bad. In any culture, that's bad. That bad symbolism. The man need to be in the forefront. I'm telling our women, we need to get our men and let's do a course with our men and teach our men how to go through so they can lead their family through.
Yes, sir.
We need no woman lead no man through.
That's right.
No man need no woman leading him. That's a dumb idea. That man need to lead. He need to follow. She need to follow. He need to lead. Y'all got it, but we got to teach him so he know how to lead, though. We can't leave it to him because he's going to take all this stuff we got from cartoons. Cartoons and movies. We can't afford to lead at his hands. See, everything I gave you by TV, they'll mess your mind up. Look at Martin. Look at Martin. Where Martin worked at? Radio. Where else he worked at? TV station, radio station. Look at his friends. How much intelligence his friends had? What's his friend's name? Told and Coleman. How much sense did Cole have? None. How many women he had? Big Shirley. What about Tommy? No job. How many women he had? He got Pam at the end. That's amazing. That's amazing. What about Pam? What we knew about Pam? Man eater. And what else? Man hater. Ran her mouth all the time. Ugly, loud mouth. That's interesting. Let's talk about Jerry Seinfeld. I'm just stop where you were. Just stop where you were. Where did Jerry work at?
He was a comedian.
And where did he work at?
Comedian.
Where did he work at? Where did he work at? You never seen Jerry. Let me tell you what happened. Jerry would come on. He would do a small clip. He'd do a small clip at the end. Jerry was never working on the show.
That's right.
Let's look at his dumb friends. Where did George work at?
Yankees.
When he go find a job somewhere to make up a job or get fired somewhere. Nobody ever looked at George as dumb as Cole was.
Nope.
Didn't hold a woman down. At least Cole was loyal to Big Shirley.
That's right. That's right.
Tommy no job. Where exactly did Kramer work?
Didn't work.
Kramer did work. They caught him off the strike years later. He went back into a bakery. He had went back a year later. He had been on strike for 15 years. They called a strike. He went in. Jerry and them told they like, you out of jail? He like, yeah, I've been in a big strike. And he went back to work. Listen, bombs. Look at the lane.
Yeah.
When anybody refer to her, the office skank,
That's right.
slept with everybody at the office, slept with Jerry, slept with everybody else. Nobody ever run these people down. I want to just show you what white America show you. I just want to show you something. Now, we just went through I knew where y'all were going to go on Martin. I already knew we were going to go. It's easy to run the tails down. I couldn't get no tail down from y'all over Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry was a male whore. All he did was sleep around. Inappropriate show. All he did was sleeping around. The whole show is about them sleeping around. Sleeping around, making the dumbest decisions ever. And yet no one ever get them criticism. They bad for kids, bad for destroying a race of people, do they? But Martin did.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Martin did. And which rightfully so. We should require better from our own. I'm not taking away any of the fault we have toward him or any other rhetoric we have toward Martin, because he should have. We got to require more, basically looking at where our people are at. See, the Jewish people looked at that show, wouldn't take nothing from them, just like Kings and Queens. Carrie is the one with the brain, and she got a nasty attitude. Doug is an idiot, and he drives the truck, and he got a black friend, an idiot, but it does not hurt white people. It does not hurt Jewish people. They still own everything. See, you can afford to have that and call it comedy when it does not defame your people. But everything you get hurts your people. He hurt your people because your people are already in a state of mess. Look at most of our guys' friends, they're losers. Everything that he showed you is practically where we're at. The black woman has to lead the home. He didn't have a brain, she had the intelligence. And that's really where we at. So until we come along with a better plan, a better solution, we can get better television. Because our kids need imagery. They can't do anything unless they see it. You could talk to them. They need imagery. We said it. We need imagery. What did Superman do? How y'all know he didn't use web? That's it, because you was able to see it, imagery. You know, we saw he was able to do. He could leap a tall building in single bound. We knew he was faster than a locomotive. We knew all these things about him. You know, he had all these abilities. Did we ever watch him out really run a train? Did we actually watch him jump up one time and leap a tall building? They told it to us, and we bought it. See that? We bought it. They just told it to us, didn't they? They said that's what he could do. Why would they lie? He's Superman. See, you always got to prove yourself. You never proved him. You never proved nothing with him and nothing he told you he could do. You just taught it and you just took it. And you won't sit around now. You need to prove yourselves. You need to know for yourselves who you are and what belongs to you. All right, let me try to move on. Sorry about that, y'all. I lost it. I had a moment. Is that heat on? That thing sure was a little warm in here earlier. I don't know what happened. Yeah, warmed up out there. This is Romans 15:4. I'm trying not to be too long, maybe. Yahuah willing, but for whatever reason, I'll move to tell. I don't apologize for nothing I said. Now, whatever your race is, you be offended. I assure you, I don't care. One, I ought to be. Listen, I don't care. Y'all hear me? We don't care. Right. We don't care.
That's right.
I don't care.
That's right.
I don't know, but listen, I don't know about it nothing. It come down to it for the betterment of our people.
That's
listen,
right.
No, I don't care.
That's right.
That's right. We don't care.
That's right.
They'll get over it. Listen here. For
whatever Nikatab before,
written before,
Nikatab Talamadus,
to teach us, to show us an instructor,
so that through endurance,
going through without quitting,
and through the nakum of the Ketubim,
and through the comfort of the writing,
we might have tikva. That's
what we're looking at. I talked to y'all about something last week. I wound up cutting off on it, so I didn't really kind of get to come back and guess kind of conclude out a little differently than it actually went. But see if that's the 10th chapter of the book of Alah Ha Dabarym, Deuteronomy, I want to say it was. Why am I thinking of 10? Maybe 10 and 10? By him choosing our fathers? That was 10 and 16 probably was. That's what we start with. Let me see. Well, I just want to kind of look at something, because I appreciate Yahuah. We finna be working on some things, y'all. We looking to get better now. Sophia back now. There's finna be some order in him now. And that's right. That other day when Miss Celia can't help me got them groceries, I was feeling mighty low. Sophia told him, shut up, old fool. Let them know she was back now. Man, we got to get this thing right. We gonna get it. Young people, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for y'all to have a chance out here. So y'all know what's going on. But I need y'all to be able to have a voice, ask questions. I need y'all to start asking questions. You need to know, it sparks your arousal, you're inquisitive, you want to know. Ask questions. That's the way, what does it have to be that way? Learn how to listen, learn how to turn the hands. A lot of stuff you can turn the hands of. It's a majority state. Then you got to start learning how to argue your point to get a majority over to your side. To try to change it versus just accepting it. It's things you can do. It's things, legislate for it, push for it. They said, well, the class outvote, let's talk with an answer. So why did you vote to go that way? I mean, everybody went, but is that really what you want to do? Is that really in our best interest? Y'all want to learn how to explain your position. A lot of times people take a position because they don't know a different end of it. You don't have to accept it because people go along with it. Explain them the other option. Get them another option. Sometimes people say, I ain't have another option. Give them another option. So you can have a decision. Find out that ain't the end because somebody said no. There's somebody else. I tell them, I have Brad make a call to somebody said no. I said, did you talk this to? He said, well, they already told me. I said, somebody always over these people. Go higher than them. Keep going. I tell them, keep going. We got to keep going higher than them. Can't worry about them. I got done what I needed done. And then I said, stop, accept. I don't let that stuff move me. No, you got somebody over you. Not worry about that. That's how I spent money too. I had one of them. She told me, I got to her. She said, for a progressive, she said, listen. They had nobody to call on me. She said, nobody made me do nothing. I said, She said, so it stopped with me. I said, My attorney was so glad to hear it, because we sure got it done. I don't be listening to that stuff. Them folks be running their mouth. I said, you work for a company. Don't ever tell what you do. You work for a company. Shut your mouth. That stuff don't move me. You work for somebody. How you going to tell me you the book? Your name need to be the company name.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I don't know who she think about. Listen, it wasn't no problem. My attorney sent him a nice little letter and told him, he said, listen. He said, I got some questions. He good old boy. He said, listen. He said, Miss, he said, nobody know more about it than me. He said, I sent him a nice letter. He said, now, he said, listen, he said, I got some questions I need to answer. He said, they're going to be better answered with a judge and a jury. They said, what y'all trying to do? We fought them long enough. They did what I needed done. That was it. He said, listen, man, listen. Let's start no movement. Listen, I had another way telling me, oh, take me to court. You fight me. He said, you don't want to fight me. He said, you want to take this denim game. He said, you don't want to take me to court now. He said, because it won't be good for you. I just wish he'd have told me that earlier, because I just got my last check for him. I got all my money. I'm not listening. Listen, that stuff don't move me. Listen, that stuff don't move me. My turn to no stem. He know when I call, he started laughing. He said, who we going to? It's time to crank him up.
That's right.
He already know when I call. Man, I said, no. I only said that stuff. No, don't make me no different. I said, we'll go to court. I told her, I had another day. I said, listen, I ain't going to argue. We can go to court. You said legal. I said, I'm just letting you know, however you want to do this, I'm prepared to go all the way.
That's right.
I'm nonstop. We'll push this as far. We'll go to Supreme Court. We got to sit in their face and tell them. I'll spin it. I ain't just to go in their face. Hey, Clarence, you're an old-looking joker. I'll take it far. We got to go to get it done. I tell you, young people, y'all ain't got to just buy what people tell y'all.
That's right.
Especially don't work to your interest. You push it. You want to see, let's see where we can go. You're not in agreement with it. Don't just say, hey, you got to accept it because they told you. Y'all hear me? My young people, I need y'all to think. Be proactive. Find out what are your rights. Once somebody tell you something, find out what are your rights so you know what you can do within the realm. A lot of times we lost up. We didn't know what our rights were.
That's right.
We didn't even know we could keep fighting it. We didn't know we didn't have to agree to or consent to. A lot of times what we do, a lot of these parents, we just sign out what the teacher and tell them, well, that got that, that's it. Man, everybody got a boss. Let me talk to your boss.
Yeah.
We'll keep pushing it. Once I find out how your boss get elected, then we're going to start a whole, listen, we're going to start a whole run of how we're going to pull your boss down. We're going to get a petition signed to snap. Listen, in order for you to get your justice and your due justice done, sometimes you got to go to what they call extreme. But let's look at does your situation warrant extreme? Yes. Your situation warrant extreme. So why you sit back and you so cavalier when you have an extreme situation? I'm sitting up here and I'm dying. Somebody tell me, go sit in the waiting room. Did you hear me when I said I'm dying? I can't sit in no waiting room. They say, oh, you need to see somebody now. They look at if you'll go sit there, then that's what we're going to let you do. That's how I would check you. You say you were going to die, and I said go sit there. You went sat there, so you couldn't have been dying. Again, I'm telling you, they'll sit and play you to see how far you'll go now.
Yep.
That ain't folk to know. You keep fighting. Y'all hear me? Where my young people at? Y'all all right? Young people? I'm trying to build y'all so you can get a voice. You are the future. A lot of us here washed up. These folks finna be on Medicaid. They want these people gone. All these folks here need to be extinguished. They don't want, listen, these folks here finna cost the system in a few years. They finna be drawing Medicaid, Medicare. They finna be drawing their pension, retirement. They need these folks in here dead in a few years. Y'all got me? Y'all young people are who they targeting next. That means y'all got to get proactive and set yourself up a few. Do y'all know how many of these folks in here don't have nothing set up when they retire? Nothing. Nothing set up. All they're going to do is whatever the people give them, and that's what they're going to live off of, and they're not going to be able to make it with it. The cost of living is way too high to survive off of that, which means they're going to have to wind up dying early, go ahead and kill themselves. They got to do something voluntarily because they're not going to survive off what they're going to give them. You guys have an opportunity to change that for yourselves. You don't agree with the system. You shouldn't work in a system for 30, 40 years, then you get out of the system, and then the system kills you and throw you away. That means you guys have to come in and start looking at getting in the position where you can legislate. Mm-hmm. Where you can propose bills. You can't propose nothing sitting here. It ain't gonna happen. You gotta be there. You gotta be on the team where you say, I'm proposing this legislation. I'm bringing this to the floor. And you wanna let your constituent know, let your friends know, hypothetically, Kubata, she's shooting this down. They knew about better. No, they didn't know. So they didn't know, these people that go on record, they fought against this. When I try to set up something better, that's how you get these people called out. People, oh, don't be putting my name in that stuff. No. I'll vote for it. That's how they get stuff done. You let these people know, we're going on record letting them know that you voted against this. And it's for the better. You want to know who's against you. You want to know, say, I need you to put your name on their paper saying you're against this bill. So I need to know what category to put you in because I'm going to fight to make sure you never get this seat. I'm going to make sure you get out of here and everybody know it. Y'all hear me, young people? Yeah, listen. I know y'all not thinking a lot. What I'm telling y'all, it's going to save y'all lives. You know why we in the problem we're in? Because we too damn stupid to show up. We too dumb. And we've sat back, and these people sit here broke, struggling, have nothing because they sat back like their parent and done nothing. I'm trying to get y'all guys in a better situation. Then you want to be a doctor, don't you? We're going to get better people in here, they're going to cut your pay. They're going to put you down on some Saturday, and you're going to be working your behind off. They're going to cut how you get paid. These people are coming and change the whole system. You need to be a partner. You need to know people who in legislate. You need to know politicians. You need people here knowing, hey, I contribute to your campaign. These are issues that affect me and others in the medical field. You don't got here to be successful. You're going to learn how to play the game. Don't believe these people. People out here make money know what they got to do. You got to play the game. You pay to play the game. You need people that are going to legislate to make sure they protect your pockets. Make sure they got insurance that protect you. If you make a decision and that's the wrong decision, you don't need a lawsuit and you lose your license because you don't have insurance. Not because malpractice, because you made a mistake and now your insurance won't cover you, therefore you can't practice. All your schooling is done. Now, are these people that they tell you that? No, they ain't tell you that because they don't think like that. I think like that. You got to look at people that are going to be for your betterment, for your welfare. See, when you get in a certain status and certain quotas, you got to make sure that you are protecting your interests. A lot of these people, they don't have an interest. That's why they don't show up. That's why they ain't going to go nowhere. That's why they don't vote. They don't have an interest. They just living. They wait on a white man to open his door and dash the dirty water out from the baby bath and to throw the breadcrumb that his kids want to eat. Not I. Not I. I go in the store and buy my own water, my own bread. I ain't sitting on nobody's back door when nobody open no door to throw nothing out. I mean, I'm not a slave. That's what I'm trying to teach y'all young people. If y'all don't get involved, y'all gonna be done. Y'all gonna be done. Look at it. Look around these grown people. Look at them. Look at them. You know why a lot of them quiet? They broke.
Yeah.
They hurt.
Yeah.
They make no decision. They don't know nothing about politics. They don't understand how none of this stuff works. They know how to go to work and work a job. Any monkey can do that.
Yeah.
You need to know how the whole internal workers work because this involves y'all future. These people that making these decisions can be stopped. They can be voted out. You can get petition signed. When enough people sign a petition, you can call for a recall. You got to come down. We want y'all to hear now. I'm not waiting no 4 years for you to keep telling us. You coming out now. You can, when these people understand that you have that power, you know what you're doing, then they respect you. Nobody respect homely people. Go see how many people walk and call them Mr. and Mrs. on the street. People walk past, step on them, spit, they don't care nothing about them. Because you don't put enough out where people feel it's a need to respect you. You gotta have a conglomerate of people with you, support you, behind you. That's why I told the so-called Negro he need the military. Y'all don't want to hear that, do you? He need the military, he need financing. He need to be able to sustain himself. There's a lot y'all heard, and I know it's a lot for y'all to process. Probably won't tell you that no more because I know y'all ain't gonna do nothing. But I had to go on record. I told you what you need to do. You need the military. You need banking. Y'all got it? You need your own education. You need your own health care. Y'all got it? You need your own pharmaceutical company. You don't need nothing from SmithKline, Beecham. You don't need nothing from all these people do. They make poison. They make poison. And that poison is killing you. They get your doctors to prescribe poisons to you. You trust anybody with a lab coat on because you're a lab rat. It's time to stop being a lab rat. Y'all got it? It's time to establish something for ourselves. What I'm telling y'all, this couldn't go for any race. Every nation needs to establish themselves. You need to have something you bring to the table. Y'all remember they had potluck dinners? What that was? What you bringing? What you bringing? Guess what? You bringing nothing. You ain't gonna believe it. You ain't even invited. That's why you ain't invited, because you can't bring nothing but your debt, your poverty, your crying, your tears, your laziness, your complaining, ain't go where? Nowhere. I'm for bettering our people, spiritually and naturally. They ain't gonna do nothing. I already know you ain't gonna do nothing. Don't worry about it. It's 10 cents. Well, I wanted 10-10 first. I told them 10-10. I know y'all tired. Anytime y'all get challenged on what you need to do, how you need to make better yourself, you guys are sleeping, you're lazy, you're comfortable. That's dangerous. You shouldn't ever be comfortable when it's your demise.
That's
Something's
right.
wrong with
That's
that.
right.
No,
That's
I
right.
never be comfortable at my death.
That's right.
No, I'm fighting to live.
Yes, sir.
How many of y'all here fighting to live?
Fighting to live.
That's what we're going to do then.
Yes, sir.
Listen, rest them die. Let them die.
That's right.
That's just like he said, that's we're ready to die. Let them die.
Yes, sir.
Man, listen, man, I'm ready to be healed.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's 10-10, listen.
And I stayed on the hard 40 Yamim.
This
and 40
Mushah tell you
Layla,
what he did. He stayed up on the heart, on the mountain. He said for 40 days and 40 nights.
according to the first Yamim.
According to the first Yamim, the first days.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuah Shammah to me that time also.
And Yahuah Shammah to me, he heard me.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yahuah was not willing to destroy you.
He was not willing to destroy you.
Then Yahuah said to me,
What did he say?
Cum, proceed on your journey ahead of the arm,
Go ahead.
that, that they may go in and possess the arats which I shabbat to their aboth to give them. Now, Yasharal, what does Yahuah, your all, require from you?
Yes.
But to Yahweh Yahuah, your all,
Yes.
to Halak and all his Darkeem,
Locking all his ways.
and to Ahab him,
And to Ahab.
and to serve Yahuah your all with all your love,
And to adore him with all your love.
and with all your nafash,
And with all your soul.
and to keep the commandments of Yahuah
And to keep the Amar of Yahuah.
and his statutes, which I am commanding you this yom for your two. Behold, to Yahuah your all belong Shamayim and the Shamayim of Shamayim,
The heights of the heights.
the Arats and all that is in it.
Yes.
Only in your aboth did Yahuah set his affection to Ahab them, and he chose their Tuladath after them, then you above all arms, as it is this yom.
See that? He chose you above all the people as it is that you. Above all the people that were on their lawn, he chose you. He chose you and your fathers. So what kind of value do you see yourself as? See, the purpose of when they got this book and they taught it to you was to teach it to you in a way where you excluded yourself. And you saw him as a righteous people. And you saw him as a right people. And that you would follow him and you would submit to him because you would believe that he had the actually key connecting factors to getting you back to your creator. And that's what he used against you to oppress you. He beat you. This is how dangerous religion is. And I had to start off talking with you guys about that because you need to understand that religion had been used to hurt you more than it has been used to help you. Now, whatever the people is, let's not go with us. Let's not go with anybody. But if you pay attention to what he said, can you read that verse again?
Which one?
The one you just read?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Only in your aboth did Yahuah set his affection to Ahab them.
Only? Including who? Nobody. Only. It was only to you. What did he do only?
In your aboth did Yahuah set his affection
Only
to
your
Ahab
father.
them.
There's nobody else he put his affection. These folks can show you all the Christmas movies they want to, a little tin with the wooden leg and everybody else. Elmer Fudd, Scrooge, all of them. It don't make no difference. It's only one person. He set his affection only on your father.
Yes, sir.
Only on your father did he put his Ahab. Only. Listen.
And he chose their Tuladath after them.
He chose their generation after them.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Even you above all arm.
Look at that. Even you above all the other people. So regardless of where everybody else was, you were above them.
That's right.
You were above them. This is the key. This is what you have to ask yourself. You have a distaste for yourself, rightfully so, because everything you know about yourself was taught to you by your oppressor. Same thing for me. As much as I like myself, I also had a disdain about myself. I also had a dislike about myself because you got to look at my oppressor. No matter how you look at yourself and what you hear and what you read, look at your current day situation. Is it better than the Caucasian situation?
No.
So it's hard for you to fathom in your mind that somebody loved you more than any other race when there are other races doing economically better than you. There are people being educated better than you. There are people that live in a better neighborhood than you. There are people that deal with less crisis, sickness, and illness than you do. So when you read a statement that says, only your fathers and you did I set my heart on you above every other race, how hard is that to kind of cope with in your mind when you know what your situation is?
Very hard.
Broken home, drugs, sexual abuse, rape, whatever it might have been, molestation, poverty, abuse. So how do you put this together in your mind? It is because the people that took you had to sell you a narrative to show and to make themselves look like a people. They had to show you as a disgrace and as a laughing stock. They had to show you as a curse. They had to show you as nobody knows where you came from. You just somehow appeared here. But yet you got a mother and a father and a birth certificate. How you just appear here?
That's right.
Your mother and your father got a birth certificate. How did they just appear?
That's right.
Because you came from somewhere.
That's right.
But he convinced you with everything you've dealt with and you're dealing with to think less of yourself and to have no value in yourself, to believe that you are a figment of somebody's imagination, that you are the butt of somebody's joke. And the whole time he said his love on you. And on your fathers. And that he chose their two Ladaf after them, which were their generation. He used them and brought us here, to generate us here, in order to get him a people to himself. With everything they done, listen, his purpose is still standing. He's still going to get them a people. See, it's important we have these conversations so you can realize just how much you relinquished. Just like when you commit sin, you relinquish. You got life. When you commit sin, you relinquish life. You willing to give it up for death. See, everything you've done, he's learned how to get you to relinquish it. You'll go in your school, you know what you say? School smell like piss. Man, this thing raggedy. You know what you don't say, Boston? We finna clean this stuff up.
Right. Right.
This school finna change. We finna go to the board. They finna come here and paint and clean this up. It's funny in here for the county. County finna, we don't say that. We talk about how it smell like piss. We talk how it stink. And look how them kids look. Man, you seen the lunch look like garbage. You gonna start cooking the lunch? You gonna change the lunch? See, all the stuff we complain about, we can change. Don't y'all know we need to sit down? Don't you know how important is what you eat is to what you think? Why you think he gave you a clean diet? So he realized there's no way you can eat pig, snout, foot, nuts, and guts, and you come up with a clean way of thinking. Your whole diet had to be changed in order to get you to think different. A lot of times with clean your, it's going to be in your diet. A lot of disease and ailments are in your diet. Why you think he told you to eat the whole roll? Because I'm trying to go through and I'm trying to give you a better complex diet than what you have. The way you process stuff, you just lay down. Had we been the people we supposed to be, we'd have been broke ourselves away. That's the same thing he told our Sue. He said, when you get tired, you'll break his yoke right off your neck. Don't you know you're a formidable force. Nobody can stop you. They know nobody can stop you. When you get riled and you get going, why you think he bring all these faith-based leaders out to talk to you? And start throwing Martin Luther King in your face. He use the same suppressive conversation he used to keep you down. When you sit around, you don't even look at your situation. It don't bother you. You look in your wallet, ain't nothing in there. Everything in your wallet belongs to somebody else. Why you carrying around somebody else's money? That's right. This man basically, he got the bank in your pocketbook and your wallet is holding his money. Yeah. He just got you sitting around living to pay his deal, his debts, his bill that he created for you. Out of nowhere, somebody send you an email saying you owe this. You say, what the world is this? Yeah, they're from back one time. You're like, back, why you didn't send it back that time? That's right. Well, just wait. I just like to keep my money in your pocket, in your wallet, in your bank account. When I get ready, I come snatch it out. You need to start keeping something belong to you. That's why you don't respect the things you have, because you don't own nothing. I need to see more of us in ownership. That's the only way you're going to do better. The more you get in ownership, you'll tend to protect, you'll pretend to provide for and to keep up what you own. Mm-hmm. It's what he give you becomes a problem because it's not yours. And it keeps you away from having that care you have when you're an owner versus you just rent or somebody letting you use or somebody letting you borrow. We got to get out that mind. We got to get out that mentality. It hurts us as a people. It hurts us in relationships. We got to start getting more permanent relationships. We'll date for 5 and 6, 10 years. Mm-hmm. If it take a man 5, 10 years to find where you're at later, it's too long. You need to move on. If I don't know where you're at in 10 years, I'll be on with you. I ain't gonna never know where you're at. That's right. They ain't trying to know. They just be honest. It is. But listen, you leave yourself out so long, you don't require nobody. Say, listen, you want to put out a deposit or something. Cause I ain't finna be sitting off no bench waiting 10, 15 years to decide what you want to do, and then later on you don't find some other little young hottie. And I was a young hottie 15 years ago. That's right. Hello? I'm just trying to help y'all out. Our men need to know what they need to look for in a woman. He need to know quality, not just no booty jumping. That's right. That booty jump for more than just you now. Yes, sir. Man, around get that little Mexican jump ready, be jumping in somebody else's bed. Mm-hmm. So we got to teach our men what they need to look for, what they need to get. Teach our women what you need to look for, what you need to be aspiring for, especially looking at becoming a wife. All these things, we need to know this. As a race, we don't know. That's true. Everybody just grabbing something right now. Yep. And it ain't right, they making sense, and they learn to just be with it because, we in it, and I might well make it work. No, you don't make it work. It's going to work based off of the principles. That's right. Y'all got it. It's a principle for a car to crank. Fire and gas. That principle you're looking at night, they're going to start. Not tires. Somebody just go looking for tires. There's a couple of principles that make a car start. Y'all got them. You turn that ignition, you're going to need that fire and that gas for it to crank. The old components don't change. Y'all got it? You're going to need that tonight to get it going. So certain principles don't change. We got to start establishing principles that make sure these marriages will work. Make sure what we're doing work when it come down to plan of salvation. I need you to see yourself better valued than how you've been looking at yourself. This man saw you above every other person on this planet. Every race of people. Listen, barring none, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever they want to call themselves. The man saw one people he favored above everybody. The only way any of these people can take and be a partaker of their salvation, they're going to have to get it through you. Don't let these folks fool you. They can't get it no other way. Don't believe it. And nowhere in the world. No white people go nowhere and get nothing on their own. Don't believe it. Nobody can. Everybody got to come through one way. You need to know that. It makes no sense to choose you as the one people. It makes no sense to set you above everybody if other people can come another way. That doesn't make sense. The only reason to tell you I set you above the people and I set you and I chose you over the people was because everybody's going to have to come through you. That's amazing. Yahushua said he was the door. What did that mean? How are we going to get in? That makes no sense to tell you that if I can climb through a window. If it's a garage door on the side, it don't make sense. I got another way to go around. The only reason to tell you because no one can get in except through you. Right. He only used you. It took your fall for any of these people to even get an opportunity for even salvation. Do you know that you had to fall for these people to get this opportunity? Do y'all people understand how valuable you are to everybody? Your rise and your fall. I really need you to understand where you are. And see, when you get this understanding, you'll start to tread a little different. You don't need white people to be less people or Chinese people. I need everybody to be the whole percentage of whatever person they can be. Because that takes nothing away from me being who I am. Right. Okay? This is not about humiliating other races. Right. It's about establishing some communication in a race.
That's right.
Because we've lost that. No one's giving it. You know, people go, oh, we've been instituted. First of all, we would not build no colleges, dorms.
No.
And just stop. People say stuff sometimes and it got you in your mind thinking we were building institutions. We were educating people. We didn't need the building facilities.
That's right. That's right.
This is why they mess up. They try to go back there. I'm trying to find these universities. Quit being stupid.
That's right.
We have always been a people educating ourselves.
Yes.
You pass down information. That's how we're going. You transfer information down. You keep transferring information. That's how you keep it and keep from losing it. He broke that communication. Yeah. There are things that our fathers knew how to do that we don't know how to do.
That's true. That's true.
Because they broke that line of communication where son and father don't communicate like that stuff. I don't want to know what you want. That old junk. I'm trying to do something new. But you're missing a core part of what kept us together. Look at now, a lot of them ran and left the farms and ran here. What do they know about the country? What do they know anything about their roots? They found nothing, because they taught you to break away from it. Get away from that old stuff. Run to the city, spread your wing, and look at how you became a mess.
Yeah, that's right.
You became a complete failure.
That's right.
You have no structure. You have no drunk. You have no urgency about it. You lost it trying to fit in. You're not a club. Yeah. You're not taught to guys. You're not taught to women. You're not do all that, but you don't know how to function as a person. So now we got to come back and we got to recreate this whole pathway of life for us. We behind, people. I can't stress that we behind. How much money you got? I tell you, when y'all come up and loan me $2,000. Know what you're saying? I ain't got no $2,000. I got no $2,000. Preacher need $2,000. We in trouble. I don't need $2,000. I take it. But I'm just saying this. Look at what it takes for us to be able to put something together. We have 100-some people. You take 100-some people did $1,000. You take $120-some thousand, and you put it towards something that's formidable, something that can work to do something, to generate something. Will be more than you're going to do with $1,000. You're going to pinch off. You're going to spend it. You're going to be back broke, and you're going to be back borrowing. You know what you're going to say? Well, what if I lose 1,000? If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to lose it anyway. Because all you're doing is keep spending. You're pinching off for it to spend. You can't live like that. You got to have something that generate. See, once you got something that generate, you know how it's coming back, then you can put it back out there. When you don't know how it's coming back, why would you put it out there? How you gonna get it back? If all I got is $1,000 and I go spend $1,000, how am I gonna get it back? Prayerfully, somebody just have mercy on me. Hopefully someone have, maybe somebody in my family will die and leave me $1,000 in their will. Is that what I'm counting on? To get $1,000 back? And $1,000 is not a lot of money. I want you to just look why y'all need to listen. This is your situation. This is what you can't do with this small amount of money, which is nothing. This ain't even pay a monthly. This won't even pay a rent now. And you talking about you don't even have it. Where does it put you at? Now, how much do I believe that you have in this word? Because based on what you got is going to play a part of also how much you want to believe. Because you're thinking he only did so much because I can only believe so much. Your belief in him is only going to be based off of how much you feel like he's done to you or for you. It's going to play a part on how you serve him. And if your situation too dire, too straight, I just be honest with you, he ain't gonna be able to get a whole lot of servitude out of me, because I ain't got a whole lot out of him. And this is how they fooled you the whole time. It's because you hadn't learned how to communicate, create the relationship with him, where things start to work for you. And that's the goal of what we're trying to do. We want to get things working toward us. First, ru'atness spiritually, which is important. So now we start to recognize the natural thing he allowed to happen. These, what you just think are just phenomenons out of nowhere. Everything you have is not by chance. He purposely gave it to you. You need to recognize that. Nothing just happened. You didn't wake up by accident. You didn't jump up early because something went off or you heard a noise. You woke up because he said, get up. He caused it to happen. You had to believe that. How many of y'all, something have just woke you up? No, ain't nobody. Come on, somebody. Did we recognize what? Did we even consider? Because typically we don't. We just, they just scared me, woke me up. Could have been him getting our attention. I need you to be conscious right now. I don't need you unconscious. There's a situation to be occurring. I need you conscious. I need you talking to me right now. This is the only thing that's going to prevent what's going to happen, because the other thing didn't happen. You didn't recognize it, or you didn't recognize it. He said, okay, I'll come back again. Maybe next time you'll be smarter. Because eventually I'll come and I'll shake you, won't know it. I'm going to take you out of him. So you got to come in and realize that everything that happens to you is only happening because he purposed it, to the second, to the moment. Nothing just happened. Nothing just happened. Everything happened because he purposed something. He purposed you to hit it for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. You think, well, it's for somebody else, and you missing it. It's for a reason. He purposed everybody who was going to be here today, everybody who was going to watch it, everybody going to listen, everybody going to nod, everybody going to sleep, everybody going to pay attention, who's going to take it, who's going to grow thereby. It's already been purposed. So you got to start making up your mind what side of the purpose you're going to be on. You got to start, why wouldn't it enrich me more than just with the word? I need something that tangible I can hold on to when I leave him. You need something that you can hold on that can substantiate you. Something that can hold you, that can sustain you till you get back him. That's my goal with serving him. Sustain me till you come. You want me to hold on to some words that you left, that you said that are concrete, that are solid? I'm going to hold to them, but I'm going to need you to sustain me till you come. I'm going to need something. Come on, even tomorrow, the daughter-in-law of Yahudah, she even asked for something till you came. He said, I'm going to send you a sheep. She said, leave me something till you come back. Leave me your bracelet. Leave me your staff. Leave me your ring. Leave me something till you come back. That's all we asking for. Give us something till you come back. This is not unreasonable. He gave it to you from the word. And you know what? You won't even ask for nothing. You'll just go ahead for free with nothing. You need something to hold on to, something that assures your promise that he's coming back. Yeah. That's why I'm holding to him. I can't be just going off and no. Please don't ask me to just serve like that. I got to have something to hold on to if he come back.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Because there's going to be other people going to come out and try to persuade me.
That's right.
They're going to try to tell me, man, you been waiting on that stuff, man. Hey, you got anything from it? No, I mean, so you still waiting on it? Bah, you big stupid fool. And I'm going to start to believe. Because I had never gotten nothing from it. Hey, you ask yourself the reason you ain't got nothing from it because you ain't never really put nothing in it. Right. That'd be practical. Hey, you ever ask yourself the reason why you never got nothing from it because you never really put nothing in it? You never put nothing up against it? You need to put something up against it. You know what Yahudah did? When they was going back to go see Joseph, his brother, they were going back, they needed to bring another brother with them. So you know what Yahudah did? He left his kid for ransom. Because he's looking at, I'm taking the only one he got. This is the last one he got. He said, I'm going to need to hold something to make sure you bring him back. Yahudah was willing to leave his family up for ransom. To take Benjamin to show him to his brother. His brother says another one, bring him back with him. I should see your face unless you bring him with you. He knew. His daddy wouldn't let him go. He said, I told you I only had two. He said, a wild beast destroyed one. He said, this is the last one I got. If I lose this one, Yahudah said, I'll leave mine for surety. You can have my whole family for surety against that boy. See, he had something against it. That's why he had to talk to him and put him on. He said, I can't leave that boy out here. Yosef told him clearly when they found the cup. He said, listen, y'all go back to your land. Him I key. He said, let me talk to you for a minute. He didn't talk. I got to talk to this man. Listen, I put everything on the line. I can't come back and don't have this boy. I got something laid up against that day. What do y'all got laid up against today? Nothing. I can tell how y'all serve. You got nothing in it. That's why it don't matter to you. That's why you're served way, because you ain't got nothing in it. Your mind ain't set on being with this man. It's got to be there, folks. That's the only way you're going to make it. Yes, sir. I go with the thing in my mind every day. I got to be there. I tell myself over and over, convince myself, I got to be there. I counted myself out a long time. You got to start having the conversation with yourself. You got to start doing the thing that conducive to put you there. You got to be willing to put in it and everything down to make sure you make it there. I'm not saying y'all no wooden dream, no pipe dream, folks. That's the truth. I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. in the midst of bad as it is out there, that man still give you shalom. He still give me shalom. I'm so ever grateful. I took advantage of, I neglected, I did not recognize, I did not give him all of his kabod and kabod for what he's done because I was just negligent. I really didn't. You know, you so busy wanting stuff sometimes you don't even see what you got. I had that problem. I didn't see what I had. I look at, he been true to me. All my family alive, my aim, and my kid, grandkids, and wife, everybody alive. And I just appreciate what he done. Give me shelter, give me strength, give me a mind. My mind still stayed on him. I don't take it a small thing because I ain't always had that mind. All the reason I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to persuade you and convince you to do different than you've been doing. I'm trying to tell you not a curse that man has set here, that man had bestowed as a harbor plane because he chose you. He chose you. He chose you above everybody else. Why you think you him? These people, y'all don't know why y'all on that screen. Because he chose you. He chose you. Now, you know what? Now you got to do some choosing. He did. Now, he done chose. Now it's your choice. He said, I ain't going to make you do it. You got to make a choice for yourself. What's good for you? What's good for you, Goose? They said good for the gander. What's good, Goose? Why wouldn't he want you to have the best of? Why wouldn't he want you to live? Why would he want you to have tranquility? Why wouldn't he want you to have, why would, you know, you say like, I don't deserve, why you don't deserve it? Why you don't deserve it? Why you don't deserve, why you don't see yourself as have, why you don't think you should have? Why? I used to feel like, listen, I was good, man, I just be a worker, just do what I got to do. Because I bought into the system. They'll make you buy into, somebody got to clean it up from behind somebody that do it. Why you can't be the one to do it unless somebody else clean it up? Why you always got to take it? It is. Why? Why you always got to be the one to clean up the one that do it? Why you can't do it? Why you can't get a chance to finally have it? And he wants you to have it. But you know what? It's all about where you measure yourself at. Where you put yourself, what you willing to do. You know, part of, how many of us willing to go all the way, to commit yourself regardless of whatever the cost. That's where you got to be. That's right. You got to get past where we started at. It's a principal place that we all start at. You got to get past that. You got to get past that. You got to grow. When they say grow, you got to grow. You got to grow. I'm just being honest. You got to grow. That no way you're going to harvest it. You got to grow. A lot of us, we're too stunted in our growth. It's too many things. We're too baby-like. We're too faint-like. We're too cry-like. We're too quit-like. He can't do nothing with us. He can't do nothing with us. You got to grow. And that's what the word's saying here to do, to get us to understand that I favored you above everybody else. I know you don't see it because you're looking at where your situation at now, but that's what you remember. All these people have had the best of, and now they're getting the worst. They're coming back around. Your day turned around for you. So you've been in such a mess so long, you really can't tell the difference with this comment and the other one they had. They all look the same because you always sit in the same situation. These people, they know the difference of it. They coming back on it too. They millionaire, they billionaire, they hurting. They stripping them. He ripping these people down. He tearing them down. Listen, the choice top people, they coming down. They're in the courtroom. These folks suffering. They got to look at what poor people worry about. Am I going to jail? They got to look at how we look at it, and you can't tell one way or another until all we can do is wait and see. Birthday, you to have inside say, we good. Don't worry about all this smoking, just a dog and pony show. Ain't no dog and pony show. You going to jail now. You can go to prison. This is where they sent us. This is where they set your life and wrecked your life. Now it's time for a change, the time to reverse and turn this thing around. But the one thing we got to do is we got to get right with our Creator. The man chose you above everybody else. What you going to do with that? So if I chose you, let's think about it. If I chose you above anybody else, I ain't choose a way for you either. Come on, I just chose you. I ain't choose no way. I had to choose a way. I chose you. I ain't even choose a way. That's what Yahushua tried to tell. He said, I am the way. I'm the truth. And I'm the life. He said, that's me. I'm the life. I'm it. So he chose a way. You can't choose a people, not choose a way for the people. He chose a way for us too. We just fell aside because we've been looking at everybody else. We've been trying to find everywhere else to maximize ourselves by looking at other people versus the plan he set for us. Yeah. The man chose us above everybody else. Yeah. Now you just got to come back. You got to try to look at how we can reconcile, how we can fix this situation. In the 4th chapter of the book of Yahuah, they call Isaiah, they came back and he stripped it down. They said they'll eat their own food. And they said they'll wear their own clothes. They said only let them be called by your Shem. So they looked at it. That stuff didn't mean nothing. When they came out Mizraim, that stuff was very precious because you could buy stuff with it. They had jewelry in abundance, gold, silver. They had all this stuff. They thought a lot of it. They even dressed themselves to it. They even had a tie they wore for the muhar. But Yahuah came along and said, yeah, he said, I'm going to strip you down. He got to strip you down. And you ain't going to believe it. We got on too much Mizraim stuff. They had too much Mizraim. See, you ain't gonna believe it. Some of you go back and look at why their behavior kept reoccurring. Nobody started looking at their clothes.
Yeah.
You wore the same. Let me see. Mushal just got mistaken for a Mizraite. So you ought to understand, you're going to mistake me for a Mizraite when you see me with their attire on. Because their attire got a behavior go with it. Same thing with American. See, that's why we had to diss them back. Now, I'm just telling you, y'all want to get here? I'm trying to get here. We got to move out these people's clothes too.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you what they said. They said, listen, they said we're going to wear their own clothes. They said only let them be called by your shimp. A lot of stuff we're going to get rid of. I'm going to help y'all out. Listen, this is going to get real serious because it's going to get to a point, a lot of stuff we're doing, we're just going to have to go ahead and let these people have it back. A lot of stuff had to just give back to them. They're going to look, because at the end of the day now, it come back for, he need his people to be recognized. See, everybody up being, look at, everybody got the Palestinian scarf. Y'all seen that? Black and white scarf. You want to be identified. Everybody wearing the blue, the 6-point, the 5-point star, the Satan's pinnacle star. They wearing this stuff, they trying to call it star die. Hey, now, listen, I don't believe none of these people say, we don't have there's no star in the air that had no 5 points on it. So just stop it. So in this study, folks, ain't nothing but just a complete mess. Everybody is trying to be identified. He want his people to be identified too. First thing to do is recognize who called us. We got a purpose. We got a reason to be here. Y'all got me? We got a reason to be at that table. I want to get us a seat at that table. Y'all at Yahuah table, at UN table. They didn't know about our cause. They didn't know about the serving our people. We need to tell them, and we need to enforce what we need to be done to make sure our kids get a fair chance. Our elder people are dying in droves. Our people are dying. Y'all need to know that our people are dying in droves. Y'all won't make it at Ain't Smith age. They already going to extinguish you before that. Y'all guys will be out of here in your 40s and your 50s. We were getting 70, 80 years. That's too long for them. They got to cut the time down. We need 50 and out. You don't start collecting at 62. If I get them all out 58, that's a surplus. So we need another plan that come in and encompass you being here longer than they plan. We trying to be here till Yahuah come back. Y'all got it, young people? Older people too. A lot of them got to quit sitting around being lazy too. Y'all got to start getting responsible, every one of us. We sit around, y'all leaving it in one person's hand. You can't leave it in one person's hand. It's going to take all of us to get out here and make it better. I'm telling y'all, I'm being honest. I get frustrated with y'all. I get frustrated. I get non-performing, non-productive, don't have nothing good. You know what I'm saying? It run your mouth. I'm yet to find one of y'all single people in here doing something. I'm yet to find one of them that don't do know what I'm saying. This is what I do. They don't. And you hurt us. I got to get rid of you too. I'm going to get rid of y'all. I'm not playing. Listen, whatever it takes to make sure we get it. I don't need no single people in here doing nothing. I need everybody in the same place. You ain't with everybody, we can't use you. Bottom line, need to get rid of you. I can't use you. I don't care who you are, how long you been here. I can't use you. Well, we got to be for everybody. That's right. Everybody got to come here. Everybody got to eat. Everybody deserve a chance. Yes, sir. That's how we doing. Nobody going to sit around till I can't do nothing. You're going to do something, get out. That's right. We don't need nobody can't do nothing. That's retarded. How you can't do nothing? That's retarded. How can somebody say you can't do nothing? You're an enemy. You ain't nobody. You're an enemy. How you going to say you can't do nothing? That's retarded. Who can't do nothing? That's right. Who can say I can't do nothing? You need to be dead somewhere. Yep. Not drunk either. That's retarded. How you alive? You can't do nothing. You alive, you can do something. That's right. Like these folks keep saying that bad bill of goods. All you need is people that like-minded. That's right. All we need enough people like-minded working for the same common cause, our betterment, for our salvation. Let me show you right quick the 3rd chapter, the book of Yahuchanan, show how he reconcile you. They call it John. I try to let y'all go. They don't like me today, though.
Love it.
They should. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know how y'all do it, man. I can't. Man, please. Well, I can't imagine it. Y'all put your head together, live right, and watch what that man will do.
That's right. That's right.
That's the first thing I'm telling y'all. Listen, we got to get through this. You think you ain't fighting it by yourself now. Everybody got the same fight. That one makes sense to be like them nomad lion. When they run them out of there, Ari, he'll hook up with some other one, and they'll form a pride. They realize they're like, I'm out here on my own. They're like, you'll never find two nomads out there fighting each other. They don't even waste their time. They said, we need to hook up together. We need to go take us a pride.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Like, what we going to kill each other? Me, you ain't got nothing.
That's right.
We need to connect together and go and take a pride so we can ensure our survival. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Where your pride at?
Come on.
You ain't even got a pride. What you fighting me for?
That's right. That's right.
I'm telling you, let's get together and let's form us a pride so we can continue. Yes, sir. Isn't that right? Y'all know what people do for their pride.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? That's what they call my pride. They like, man, I can't let you break up my pride.
That's right.
They can't let nothing come take that. They're like, that's my pride. Isn't that right? That's their strength. They know that is their strength. They look at, I gotta make sure I defend my strength. You have nothing to defend. He done wiped you out. He done decimated you. You have nothing. Nothing. Yahuah is offering us everything. He's trying to recover us, get us to an intelligence that we've lost. All right, come on. This 3 and 5. Y'all look terrible too. Oh, they look terrible. Oh, you look terrible. It ain't your fault. I've been beat and pissed on all these years by these people. I can't expect a whole lot out you. Plus, you can't watch Oprah Winfrey right now. That's another major hurt for a lot of my members. I know, that Oprah thing hurt him. If he left that Oprah curse off, I could serve. I know. I just made it title. Isn't that right? May your comb stay bare mouth. No, they can't stand that boy. Start pronouncing that Oprah thing on them. I just think she bad for our people. I'm sure she could be good for some other people, but she bad for our people as far as I grow. And I'm saying that I don't want to kill Oprah out as far as a human being or individual. I just think for the cause of what we need and where we need to be as a people, she don't fit that.
It's true. That's true.
I wouldn't stop her money on nowhere, but just for the cause of the people of Elohim, she don't fit it. You got to start looking at sometimes. It ain't about killing somebody because they don't fit your cause or your agenda. It's just about knowing where they fit. Oprah doesn't fit with what we're trying to do.
That's right.
Oprah agenda is a total different agenda.
That's true.
So you need to start looking at what feeds and what feathers your agenda. Do y'all even have an agenda?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Get saved, number 1.
Just say number 1. And get their paper. Yeah, we got to establish ourselves. We got to be, and that's only to establish ourselves till we get back in. I'm telling you, I can help y'all do it now. All right, y'all got to believe me. All right, listen.
Yahushua answered, Ahmad, I say to you, if an Ish is not born of Mahim and the Ruach, he shall not be able to enter into the Malkuth of Elohim.
And why did we start at 3 and 5? I said 3 and 5. I did.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember. I did 3 and 1. Back me up a little bit. And the only reason I want you to read that, I'm just showing what he set in place for. Listen.
Among the Parashim, there
The
was
separated one. There was a man.
named Nickdamon, a Sar of the Yahudim.
He was a leader of the Yahudim.
He came to Yahushua at Layla and said to him, Ra, we know that you are a Moray who came from Elohim.
He knew that he was a teacher that come from Elohim. And the rabbi is them calling him master. There's a terminology they brought up and they put in, you won't find in the Old Testament reading. It came in a little later in. It basically like calling somebody a great one. That's what it basically, you calling him a great one or you calling him a master. That's why he told you about not calling a man that. And they still go around there and still call each other a rabbi. But he told you not to call a man that on the right. Because you call him your father, you call him the great one among you. He said don't do that. Even when he came, he told Yahushua what good thing must he do. He told me one none good but one.
With the Abba.
Let's say Elohim. So a lot of times people got to start why they still go around and call people rabbi. They'll do it anyway, but he told you not to do it. Simply because you're trying to call them a great one or you're trying to subscribe to them as the father. So he told you don't do it, but people will still do it anyway. Go ahead.
Because no one is able to do the acts that you do except if Elohim is with him.
So that's important to have Elohim with us because he's saying because of the information he got, the only way he could have gotten it is Elohim had to be with him. What did he tell him?
Yahushua answered and said to him, Aman, I say to you, if a Ish is not born from above, he shall not be able to see the Malkuth of the Elohim.
Listen.
Nickdamon said to him, how can a Ish be born when he is old? Is he able to return to his Aim's womb and be born?
Now, the reason why we came back to look at this, we didn't finish talking that Yum. But the reason why we come back and we read in the 10th chapter, we talked about him looking at, because he Ahab, who was it?
Abba.
Who did he choose?
Us.
Their seed. Now he's telling you about being born again. What is he trying to do? He's trying to make the abba become a seed. He's trying to transform you where you got an opportunity to be saved. So remember he told you he chose your benin because he Ahab the abba. So he chose their seed after them. So now he come back and he's trying to make the father be a seed. Because he already grown. That's what he's trying to look at. He a father. How can I be a son?
Right.
He want to tell him, how can I be a seed, basically?
Right.
I'm already a father. I already been born. So I'm done. I can't be a seed at this point. He said, not unless I can go back through the womb the second time. He said, well, but if you can be born of the water and of the Ruach,
Right.
guess what they'll have? They'll give an opportunity for the father and the son to be saved.
Right. Right.
See, why it looks complex enough to you to make you feel like you don't have an opportunity chance, it comes back to show and reiterate the fact that I assure you he already thought this thing out before he put it into play. This was not just a casual conversation about being born again, because he would need to do this in order to become a seed. Correct? Yes, sir. Well, he just found out he can't go back in the womb the second time. He can't go in the ground the second time. He said, so what has to happen now? Well, now I need to have you kind of do it like hydroponics. I don't have to put you in the ground. I'm just going to use water and the Ruach. That's some things you can take out and you don't have to actually have, and you can go back and recreate. Right? With hydroponics, you can recreate the same system but put them back in the ground, correct? Yes, hello? Without using the rain. Well, he let him know I can go back and I can cause you another birth without using the womb. I'm just going to do it with the water. Hello? Because the water can also act like semen. That's what the water, the mem, is also the semen, and it's water, the mem, because semen does have some water in it. That's why you use water to irrigate soil and different things. And you notice they grow, because it's a form of semen. When they plant seeds in the ground, what do they typically do with grass when they plant? Water it. And what did this generate? This actually is semen, so that the seed can reproduce. So now he's telling you that the water is semen.
Yes, sir.
The word is semen. He just told him, man, got to be born of the water and the spirit.
That's right.
Hello?
Yes,
This is
sir.
how we're going to get man to come back to reconfigure himself so Allah will accept him. Remember he told you to present your body as a living sacrifice, kudash, acceptable. So this is what he'll accept. You had to be born again. Not from the womb, but you got to be of the water, which is of the word, and of the Ruach. This is the only way he's going to recognize you as being that seed. Hello? So typically, the father taught the son. Correct? Yeah, they're supposed to teach it to their children, and to their children, and let them teach another two. That's right. So we keep choosing, we're trying the continuation of a chosen generation. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a chosen generation. Y'all got a tuladaf that he'll continue to keep. So we have to keep reiterating these practices and these principles to our young people too. The importance of how to establish themselves from the religious standpoint and from a natural standpoint. We have to constantly keep going over this with them. That's why I talk to my young people a lot, and I call them. I know y'all wondering, why he talk to them? He done forgot about us eventually. Eventually I will. But the young people need an opportunity. They need a better opportunity than we had. And I'm really hoping they're going to listen. These young people don't deter me one bit on doing what I got to do, my drive. I just appreciate the fact he still fit that he even care about our young people. Now I was coming on, they didn't care about it. They didn't talk to us. Kids weren't talked to. They just made it be looked at. Get out the way. Get back. Get out. That's it. Get out grown for faith. Get back out the way. But he put y'all in line to be considered. That y'all do certain things, have conversation, we go and do things, because he got y'all in mind. He chose y'all for a purpose. I just need y'all to realize that. Don't think your life a curse. Y'all growing up the way y'all growing up for a reason, so you'll understand other people. See, your life ain't just your life. Your life is being manifested. You're working that somebody is going to see, or who didn't see it, that you're going to be able to tell them about later. It's going to be a benefit to somebody else. So a lot of times we keep trying to get the benefit of our life. It ain't always for you to get it. It's for somebody else to benefit from it. No more than when you plant wheat, that wheat benefits itself. Wheat benefits the people that are going to take it in to use it, not itself. It humbles itself. That's why he wants you to be humble, because it's about you benefiting other people, not yourself. But sometimes you get this driven way about yourself. You don't realize that, how things are supposed to act for you, and how things more or less correlate towards you, and how things actually work. Everything not for you, it's for somebody else. Somebody else needs to see how you stand. That's why he'll take things from you in the sight of people. It ain't for you, it's for somebody else. Who said, that'd been me, I couldn't have did it. But then they see you, they say, maybe I could have. It's all for the working. Once you understand how and why things are put together, you tend to do a little differently. You tend to look at things different. You tend to look at Xing things out your life are not as important as it used to be. Certain things feel like it's like Xing out your whole life, not when you're looking at salvation. So you're trying to endeavor on something that very few men will ever get. It'll be a lot of people get it, but when you look at how many people won't get it, it's only a few of us will ever even obtain it. So you have to be in a certain mindset. You have to be in a certain way of walking in your life to where you're willing to adjust. Most people can't do that. Most of y'all in here, I can tell, most of y'all already, you stagnated. How many of y'all here know that? I'm saying and I'm honest. How many know y'all stagnated, you don't adjust well? Okay, so they don't say that stuff. All right, I just need to say, but I figured it anyway. But it's something, the people I look for, they didn't raise their hands, so I was sure. But I already know they have, because it shows in things you do. You can't, let me tell you, you can't just be too settled. You gotta be willing to always adjust. This salvation. Don't get sold on one thing, because it always come in something else you got to adjust. I'm just telling you, don't get sold one way, because some come in had to adjust. Some might have been good today, it ain't good today. And you got to be willing to change that quick and move. Because it just become, y'all remember we were using them words? And remember I kept on using them? You ain't gonna believe why. It just became unusable. And you had to be able to adjust that quick.
That's right.
You gotta adjust that quick. When he said do it, ain't no why though? What happened? Is it something wrong? That's the way you at. I'm not. I adjust.
That's right.
Because he gotta look at this. I got something I'm trying to do. And he look at, I gotta explain everything through you every time. I ain't gonna be able to use you.
That's right.
Because you said you're gonna present your body a living sacrifice, you're gonna let me use it for what I want to use it for, right? Well, I need to use it for one way, then I'm gonna bring it back and show it a different way.
That's right.
For somebody who's saying what they can't do. But they watched you do it.
Right.
He said, that's all I need to show them.
That's right.
I don't owe them no explanation. He said, I just need to show them.
That's right.
That goes with teaching. See, a lot of stuff you do, this wasn't gonna hurt a lot of y'all. You can't adjust. It take you too long to get it together. It take y'all too long to get over stuff. You can't make it. Y'all want the truth? You can't make it.
That's right.
You can't make it. You gotta be able to do like that and keep it moving. You gotta be able to keep moving. It'll hold you up.
Yes, sir.
I'm tired of the truth. Y'all wanna, a lot of y'all were gonna hold y'all up. You won't get the big thing. Yours will be very trivial, very minute, but it's gonna be major because you let it trap you up.
Right.
You can't be too settled on something. You gotta be able to change, adjust. I'm telling you, you won't make it. Time it take, about a day or so, you can't be saved.
Yeah.
You can't be saved, take you too long. Listen, you gotta be able to drop it as soon as he tell you to drop it.
That's right.
When he told them to follow him, he'll make them fish and men. How long it took them? How long it took us? What all we been contemplating? What all we been trying to figure out? And it's just for, is this like a day job, then come back? Or is this a permanent thing? Is this somewhere, do I need to go get some stuff before I go? He said just too much. I need people got enough company. If I tell them to do something, that's what they're gonna do. That's right. That's why I'm trying to stab myself, be one of them people. If he tell me to do something, I don't want to waste a whole lot of time asking. I just want to do it.
That's right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
And a lot of y'all, it's going to take you too long to do that, and they're going to hurt you. See, just like that, when he telling Nick DeMond, there's a lot he got to process right now. Because he's trying to figure out how he can go back in the womb. I'm asking, but I already know this is impossible. But I'm going to ask you anyway, and it doesn't make sense that I, as a grown man, can go back into the womb. When I came out the womb a lot smarter, I'm going to go back in larger. Don't make sense. But then he explained to him how it had to go, and this become the problem. How do I become born again with the word? What you think about this? When a child is born, what does a child know?
Nothing.
What can a child do?
What you teach?
Where does typically a child development come from?
Mama, parents.
From the parent. So think about it now, you being born with the word. What are you really gonna know? Nothing. That's right. That's gonna be your nurture. That's what's gonna groom you and grow you up, is the word. That means now you have to become reactionary to the word. That means before I do something, before I react a certain way, I need to make sure I evaluate how did this go with the word, because I've been born again. A little complex for y'all. All that new baby can do is what the parents showed it. That's all I can do, what the nurture, what the feeder show it. Can't do nothing outside of that. You ain't gonna believe it. If you were born again by the word, you ain't gonna believe what your baby do. Only what given you by the word. And then the Ruach will be that controlling factor. So see what he told him, it's really hard and difficult because the average person is not mindset like that. I'm not mindset that before I make a decision to do something, I want to look at how I'm going to weigh that toward the word. I'm typically just going to do it, then, okay, if it's wrong, I just do it different next time. He said, yeah, but being born by the word, you have to do things differently. You got to consider it the first time. Might not be a second time to re-guess. Are y'all with me? Yes, I'm trying to help y'all understand something he told the people. He told him, except you be born of the water and of the spirit. So pretty much everything that he knows from a man. Everything, that's why he said, I got to go back in the womb. Why would I know? Why would I know spirit? I ain't been taught by no spirit. Why would I know being born of the water? Oh, you mean being born of the water and the spirit? I don't know that. I know about being born, it come out from a womb. A seed come out from the ground, it comes out from the womb. Everything comes out from a womb. So I understand the womb part. Now you just told me being born by the word and by the spirit. Now this has me inquisitive. This has me looking at what do I need to do differently. Not to mention I'm a teacher of the word. So could there be a thing when the time you ought to be teaching, you have need to one teacher again? Would be the first principle in the article of Elohim and become such as one that have meat, milk, and not meat because you're not able to discern? See, we're trying to get ourselves to a growth level here that we missed. We need to make sure that we're reaching these heights. We're not reaching them. And we're not reaching because we are holding on to things we got to get rid of.
Yes.
I went through and I started looking at what I had to get rid of. I had to get rid of smoking. Instead of get rid of it. It won't work for me. I'm a watchman. I'm on the wall. I can't come off the wall. My job don't call for me to take a break, and I took a break. I can't do that. My job called for whenever somebody need me, whatever got to be done, I got to be there, and I got to be watching. And when he asks, I got to be able to answer. And when he reprove me, I got to be able to answer. So my job don't call for me to be able to do everything. Came in, I had a really good conversation with you, a really good conversation. Gave me a lot of time to do a lot of reconfiguring, a lot of constructing on where I need to be. When I asked y'all about if he came back right then, where was I going to be at? If he came back and I was in the state I was in, where was I going to be?
Right.
I got to look at that. I don't know the day of the hour when he's going to appear, so what state I got to be in?
That's right.
That means I got to keep my estate. Yes, sir. Everybody here, you got to keep your estate. And I want to tell y'all that because you can get comfortable, you can get lax. And he don't have to warn you. He can just let you go like people do. But he warns them, they just don't see it because you turn your alerters off. But for us, we're too far behind.
Yeah.
You can't afford to cut nothing off. The enemy is every day present around us. We're constantly on attack. Shaul said we're attacked on every side.
That's right.
On every hand, we've been attacked. You can't afford to put your guard down. You done it too many times, and how many times that worked out for you? So we got to look at how conscious we got to stay, how involved we got to stay in conversation with him because you're trying to make sure you keep this relationship going. And that relationship ain't going to play, you stop calling. We had a routine where you were calling me pretty regular, and I ain't heard from you in about a week or two. So I can see things change. And that's what how many of y'all, that relationship would change? Let me ask you a question. How often does Dwayne call? I'm just curious. How often do y'all talk? You know what I'm asking? Every day. So he decided to call you. He ain't talked to him for 2 weeks. What are you saying? The relationship's still where it's at. What are you thinking? Now, you think about this. Now, this Stasha, she said her and Dwayne talk every day. If Dwayne decided not to call her for 2 weeks, for some reason, she's going to look at, what you say? Some change. It is probably a good change. It's a bad change. And you got to be ready. Where you think Yahuah at with you? Based on the relationship and the communication. Things done changed.
Yes, sir.
Things have changed between you and I, hadn't it? See, this is what I want everybody to do and know watching in. It's time to really do real self-examine. I told y'all before, having real conversation with Yahuah, it really comes in with you really looking at everything. Because a lot of things can be okay with you, but they might not be okay with him. It ain't about everything being a sin. It's about you understand how important your relationship is. My position and what I do is more important to me of anything else that I have going on, okay? Being able to function in this position efficiently is important to me because it involves my salvation and where the salvation of everyone else. I have to make sure that the relationship I have with Yahuah is always constant and it's not a break in it because I'm doing something, I'm trying to do my own thing and I'm gonna get through with my thing, then I'm gonna be back to your thing and that's gonna be a problem. He's gonna say, don't even worry about my thing covered. That's the type of person he is. I don't even want you worried about my thing. I got mine covered. Because I'm like, no. He said, I assure you, my thing don't even let it be a bother. Because it's not even something I don't even need you dealing with. And now you got to start looking at your salvation. How important your salvation is to you. What you willing to give up. What you willing to walk away. What could be possibly hindering you? Because you ask yourself this. Yahuah come back right now. I don't want you to tell me, but I want you to answer it yourself. Where you going right now? Right now, where you going? Based off your relationship, where you going? He taking you with him or he telling you to depart from him? That should make you look at what are you doing, the reason this man not saying, come go with me. That's what, you know the answer. Don't tell me I'm trying to think. No, you're not. You know. It's just like they say, Afar Kataim, we know him.
That's right.
We know him. We can tell ourselves whatever we want to tell ourselves. End of the day, you need to be serious with yourself. This your soul. Listen, people that don't care about you, why they gonna tell you? They don't care about you. I don't want you to make it in because I ain't gonna make it in. I'm gonna make it in. You gonna make it in. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need to do there. It's time to examine everything. You can't afford to be wrong. None of us in here can afford to die and we wrong. None of us. That man just told us we gotta do. We gotta be born of the water and the spirit. You hadn't done that. Then we gotta work it. That means now how we gotta start to function is, how does the word more or less litigate this situation? How does it tell me I need to deal with this situation? See, those people that came time fast, our fathers, it taught them on everyday living how to do stuff. Everyday living. So you know what? They had word functionality. Word functionality, I already knew what to do. Something don't belong to me, it belong to you, let you have it. I already know what our conversation is supposed to be when I see each other. We're gonna be talking about him. I already know what I'm supposed to do when I go in my house. I'm supposed to think on it. When I lay down in bed, I'm supposed to think and meditate. I already know when I get up, I'm supposed to talk about it. So he was teaching them how to live by the word. They already had the first, but he was basically teaching them our functionality, how to be born by the word, because everything they did was structured. When you set in the gates, what are we gonna talk about? Talk about Yahuah. Ain't that right? When you go in, you see it come to your house. You come in, it's already written on the doorpost. It was your whole functionality was the word. I know people like, it don't leave me room for nothing else. Let's just be honest. Ain't you had enough of you?
That's right.
Let's go on with as much as we can have. We done stomach. How far did they put us out? So it's time to finally set ourselves, and I tell you what our problem is, it had been. Not seeing ourselves there had been because we hadn't seen ourselves fully complying. That's how you don't see yourself there. Because I don't see myself fully complying. I see myself fully complying. I gotta be there. Fully complying. That's it. Only thing that'll keep you out is you. You wanna know the truth? You will keep you out. Nobody else, you will keep you out. Because it'll be based off decision you'll make. Decision I make. That'll keep us out. What you willing to get away from? They say, well, I think it's drastic. I would have done that. I say for me, I just want to make sure I want to grow in him. I want to be better in him. More than anything else, I want to be better with him. I want a better relationship with him. I want a better functioning with him. I want a better reception from him. I want a better response from him. You know what I'm saying? I want everything to be with him better. In order to do that, it had to be less of me. That's how he told it. More of him meant less of me. One night, I ain't go out and rape no women or go and do no, use no words like that, but just look at, I want in position to be able to do my job. I need to be able to do it at any time, at any cost. That's important. And you need to be in the same mind that you always need to be in a mind that you can talk. That you can respond if he asks you something. You can't be in no state, you can't be out of commission. Now when it come down to Yahuah, that's for us. We're in the last end of this thing. And what he getting ready to do now, we got to be ready. And that far way more than anything else anybody else got offering to give you. And making sure you ready. It's going to pay for it. I know it's long. I know it's drawn out. I know y'all looking at this. But at the end of the day, if you make it in, you'll thank me later. But if you don't make it in, shame on you. That's everybody here, shame on you, you don't make it in. I'm telling y'all, everybody need to do real self-examination on self. You need to do real conversation. Don't be thinking, well, maybe this all right, maybe. Everybody know what, listen, I'm telling you, everybody here know what they need to do. Everybody know what they need to do for you to be better. What it hurt for you to be better? What it hurt for you to get a better response? How that hurt you? If you ask and he answer. How that hurt you if you have an action, he become reactionary? How that hurt you? That worked better for me. I need you that when I call, when I cry, you come, you hear, you dry my tears. But I can't do that and have it my way too. I got to get rid of something. I got to show I'm willing to put down whatever that I can be in full contract with you. I want to always have full connection with you. I always want to, whenever you feel like you can use me, you need me, I want to be able to be used. But some things had to happen in your life sometime to get you to see things. And I appreciate them. I want us to be better. I know it seems like I'm rattling, but I'm only saying it because getting around to the one critical key point, you can't afford to miss this. You can't afford to miss it. The only reason you'll miss it is because of you. Don't think it's no cost too high or too much to pay to make sure you're right. Now you consider the cost he paid. Now, we told you last night, by the mercies of Elohim, by the one that has the power to forgive you, to have compassion on you. He did it. And he asked you to present the body back to him, a Kai sacrifice. And my sacrifice had to come back to him, well, I didn't have nothing else in it. Mm-hmm. He don't need nothing else on it. I didn't let him salt it. I didn't let him flavor it. I didn't let him cut it. I didn't let him do whatever he need to do to it. And I need to have that confidence in him that he gonna do what's best. There's gonna be some things that I naturally see in my eyes. I wouldn't have done it that way. But understanding him, I won't let that leave my lips. And that'll only be my answer to my reply to myself, the reason I wouldn't have done it that way, because I'm not Elohim. I'm a man. And when you come to understand that, the way we see things to do and how things be done are always gonna be different to him, because we're a man. And when you get in your mind, then you start to understand and start to accept when he allows things to happen, it's because it was the best decision.
Right.
I had to get to that point. This is the best decision. Not no. This is the best decision. This was the best decision. I appreciate that. I'm learning. I'm learning the capacity in my position, learning. It's the best decision he made. Every decision he made, it's the best decision. It's some other people out there would disagree, because somebody dead, somebody ain't him, their whole life destroyed over. This is the best decision he would have made. The decision he made to give me the opportunity to be him, that involved not working out for some other people good, but it worked for my salvation. It's for the better. There's some things gonna happen to you because they're gonna work out to somebody else good. And you have to be willing to accept that too. I'm telling you, that's somewhere we ain't been. Think about it. Sometimes you gotta be down, somebody else can get up. Sometimes somebody else gotta be down so I can get up. He said, that's the way it works. Ain't you good when you up? I said, yeah. He said, well, somebody had to be down. Then when I go down, I said, I ain't good with it. Why? He said, well, somebody else had to get up. I said, well, I don't want to. He said, well, then we not fair. I gotta get you to understand. So see, I want you to learn to appreciate everything you got. How many of y'all got all y'all family alive today? For all I know, everybody know alive today. Now, we ain't gonna be able to do that every day. It's gonna be because somebody else gotta live. That means somebody gonna have to die, and they're gonna come out from our family, even from us. Yeah. You know, are y'all okay with everybody in y'all family alive today? Is everybody okay with that? Yes, I'm gonna make sure, is everybody okay? Because he gonna need us to be okay when they're not. That's right. He said, I'm gonna need you to still be okay, because you good now, right? Because somebody else suffering. Somebody else crying out, somebody calling out on him. And they'll get no avail from him. He said, I need you to be good now when I come back to your house. Learn how to sell. Yes, I just want to, see, I want you to get that balance in your mind. You can't just have this without somebody else losing it. So how's it going to work for somebody else? See, now understanding why I'm down, somebody else need to be up. He said, let me give somebody else a chance to get up. And they don't, I'll take them back down and you'll be back up. But I need somebody to accept. If he got to explain everything he do to me every time, he said, come on, you should have known me by now. You should know enough about me to know if it's working this way, it's got to be the best way. Why would I do it if it wasn't the best way? Why would your situation be the way it is if it wasn't the best way? What else would have had you here? What else have made you sit? What else have made you consider? The thing that got you the most irked and most urgent about, the thing that got you most irritated about, he said it was the best thing to get you to listen, to get you to consider. This is the only way to get you to change. You and I. This is what it's going to take. Learn to accept it. Learn to accept it. These are the things that Elohim seen fit. I have to learn to be good with all his decisions. I can't just be good with the ones I like. Anybody can be good with all the ones they like. I got to be good with the ones that's not as favorable toward me. And I still got to say, he's still good. That's right. And listen, he ain't did nothing wrong yet. He said, I need you to say that when stuff ain't favoring you, though. Everybody say that when stuff favoring them. Somebody win a championship who said, he ain't right. I ain't got no business winning this championship. Them folks saying, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we done it. So everybody good. So what about the losers? They're not happy. They don't realize, I determined that. It was that one dumb play. No, it's what I determined. It's what I determined. See, we got to get out of one play, one situation. We really got to get into understanding everything happens by him, how he decides, how he mandates, how he dictates, and you make a choice. That's how we're going to start operating. He dictated it. He mandated it. He elected it. You made a choice. You make a choice on what you want to do. Everybody in here can be saved. Watch it in. Everybody here. Only reason why you won't, who know? Because of you. It'd be because of you. You think about that. You the only reason why you ain't gonna be saved. It ain't preacher putting no bad luck on you. It ain't nobody else doing nothing to you. And how you growed up, it's the choices that you're gonna make. It's gonna be the decision that you're gonna institute. Whether you're gonna go all the way or you're gonna be afraid of what they're gonna say about you. How your life gonna be. What if you by yourself? You by yourself now if you out there you doing wrong. Cause you gotta burn by yourself. Don't let anybody make no fool out of you. You need to think for yourself. Everybody in here, think for yourself. What you willing to do to make sure you get there right? Anybody? I said go all the way. Give up whatever. What's that? Whatever it takes. What did he say? Yeah. Everybody say, yeah. What did it do? Yeah. What did you do? Yeah. What did you? Yeah, like Marshawn Lee. Yeah. 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 No, I'm just telling you, I'm asking y'all a secret. What will you do? What will you give in exchange for your soul? Do you understand? I'm talking about really saved. I ain't talking about saved just something you hollering and shouting. I'm talking about saved just like the book mandated. I'm talking about relationship just like the book mandated. Where he watches over you, where he keeps you. Y'all hear me? I'm talking about where he's there prominent in your life. You know he is actually in your life. You need that. Yes, sir. You need that. And the only reason you don't have it is because of you. Because of what you will not do, what you will not turn away from, what you refuse to give up, and that'll hurt you. Don't always look at everything as sin. It's just sometimes it's just more than what I need. When you looking at making Yahuah your all in all, do you understand how little other things you have to have? When you look at making him your all in all, it's gonna be hard to have a whole lot of money. Because a whole lot of money gonna have a lot of your heart. When you're looking to make him your all in all, it just, everything changes. Your relationship changes with people. Because I can't have him as my all in all, and I can't have too much involvement with nothing. Because it's not gonna fit with him being my all in all. Y'all got what I'm saying? I just want you to think about it. People like, they want him to be their all in all, and they won't. You can't have it. But I want to tell you the truth, y'all want it. It's just impossible to have both. When he become your all in all, it's just less your desire of things too. Because it come in, it kind of change your appetite. It's kind of sometimes they get people to detox before they'll diet. And you know what it is? One thing that hurt people dieting is the fact they have a detox. The reason why you detox, because it's parasites that'll be inside your system that'll still be desiring the old things. So while you trying to create this new eat, those old little worms are still the parasites saying sugar, 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 candy, cake, ice cream. So you study trying to eat, but there's still that fighting, and eventually you gotta get you some, and some turn into a lot, then turn into so many times a week to every day again, because you didn't get rid of those key components. You had the mind to do it, but you still had some things lingering. So you need to get rid of the parasites. That's what you got to do when you come down this here. You got to get rid of other things out of the way. You need to detoxify before you do this. Yeah. You got to detoxify before you do it. Otherwise, you don't wind up picking that stuff back up. That's what I learned. You'll pick it back up. Detoxify. Understand the benefits to why you're doing it. That's why a lot of times people don't stay with dieting, because they don't see the benefits. They just looking at the physical. They don't look at, sometimes what people don't realize, you might be getting the internal benefits before you get the external, and they'll stop. Because there's no way you're getting worse eating healthier. But it's just, they don't see, I ain't lost 40 pounds in 2 days, so I'm finna, man, bump this, F this, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Problem. Sometimes your internal healing might be coming first. Some people can progress on the outside, external, and external at the same time. Or sometimes external and then internal things will start to working. You gotta learn where you at. And you gotta learn the overall goal of what you're trying to achieve. I think a lot of time we've been doing things, you hadn't had an overall goal of achievement. So since you hadn't had an overall goal of achievement, you haven't been really consistent in what you've been doing. You've been basing off of other people. You've been basing off of other situations. We got to start looking at the whole overall of what we're trying to achieve. Salvation, what we're trying to achieve. So we're trying to achieve salvation. There's a lot of things you got to oust out of your life. That's why people want to obtain it. Don't think this is not something you can just confess with your mouth. This is not something you just believe in your heart. This is something that you got to do with your lifestyle. You have to pretty much oust a lot of stuff out of your life, and you're going to be ostracized with people. And you have to be willing to be good with that because you're looking at what you're trying to obtain. And I think a lot of time we get our minds off of obtaining salvation back to the fear of how man looking at me. Where it's going to put me with people. What if I need them again? If you do this thing correctly, Yahuah will give you everybody you need. He told you, I provide all your needs. And remember, well, y'all know that. They've been here all this time. You ain't been outside yet. You ain't ate out the trash can yet. That call, he do exactly what he told you. I provide your needs. Now, your wants is something different. But as far as your need, the man provides your needs. And that's in order to ensure you as well the willingness to be willing to go all the way and be willing to get rid of whatever it takes. Sometimes it might be people in your life. Sometimes it can be situations in your life. Sometimes it can be things you watch in your life. Sometimes it can be people you communicate with in your life. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what better fits you for obtaining salvation. What does anybody here know what it takes to get this salvation? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me what it takes? Yes, sir. Everything? Where we start at? She said a toot. She's trying to pray. She said a toot. Where we starting at? Understanding. We'll take that fear. Fear. I think the fear will start with obtaining the knowledge. I think the fear starts with obtaining the knowledge, because that fear puts you in I think it's a key component to make you desire the knowledge so that you won't be destroyed. And that kind of puts you on a pathway toward obtaining the salvation, to where now I'm not afraid of being taken out by Qatar. As long as you're still a proponent or still a person that's committing Qatar, you always have to worry about Qatar being your ending point. It's always Qatar death. It's always you're going to die and you're going to burn because it's still attached to sin. What we got to do is unattach your life from sin, because you keep thinking dying and dying. How many of y'all think about dying and burning? Okay, 2 people. And a lot of times we think about it because of what it attaches to. Sin equates to death. Death equates to burning. So we got to unattach our lives to sin and attach it to Kai. So now we look at, for us, death is yielding life, like a seed. So all we're going to do is just transfer how we're connected. Death for a seed translating to life. Well, now he refers to you as the seed. Why? Because it come to give you life, and that you might have it, you had to get it to a seed. That's the only thing that have it more abundantly, is the seed. So now you can see how he translated and transfer, but I have to disconnect you from the sin and death, because the sin and death is always connected with everlasting burning. So now we got to reconnect ourselves and touch ourselves to where we see life and we see it more abundantly. See, they saw increase of days. He wanted to see abundance of living. Y'all see what I'm saying? Just a bunches of, like collars, they come in bunches. You know that right? You get a bunch of collars. Isn't that right? So this is how you want to do it. I need it to be multiplied among you. You got it? I need you to see it as almost as something innumerable, something that you can't count. It overloads the mind. It's so much. You know what I'm saying? Now he said more now to him that they do more than we can think. Well, the only way to do that is give you more than what you know. I do give you a number you don't know. Isn't that right? So he gives you something for what you know. He looks at my knowledge surpasses it. So I gave you some knowledge that surpasses your understanding. And we learned that it surpasses all understanding. But we said it, we didn't understand that statement, did we? Surpasses all understanding? Because it's outside of our logic. It's outside of our norm. That's all comparison. But how you heard it, you done went somewhere crazy. It surpasses what we know. So then we have to know something. We learned that how do we know things? In part. And we know, but he said, no, how? But when that which is in part is done away, that's right. When it's complete, it all come together. He said, I'm going to get rid of the parts. I'm making wholes now. So now what we're looking at, we become a fraction, which is anything that's not a whole number. So the goal is to come back and make us a whole number. That's why Adam said the two should be one. So all he did was take two fractions and then just put them together and make a whole. Can't you do that? So that's all he did. Take the two fractions, make a whole. That's what he's going to come back to do. See, this is what you understand, what you know. Some of the things that he told he's going to do is beyond our comprehension because of what we know as a man. Y'all got it? But you got to be able to still sit back to be able to try to consider it, to look at what you do know and look at what you're trying to accomplish, which is salvation. In order to do this, we got to start looking at some principal things. There needs to be the fear. And through the fear, how we're going to look to obtain the knowledge, because the knowledge lets us know what's permissible and what's not permissible. That's what we start learning, what we can enter into, what we couldn't. Learn what you could do, what you couldn't do. We need to know what's permissible. All that came in through the knowledge, but there needed to be fear. Y'all got it? We got to have structure. That's why he gave us statutes. You got to have a structured way of how you got to live and how you got to do things. You can't leave your life to get up and say, oh, I don't know, see what I'm going to do today. No, we need structure. We can't leave it open to the flesh to pick and decide and do, because typically the flesh is going to pick the wrong way. You're trying to endeavor on salvation. If you're going to endeavor on salvation, then there has to be structured rules for the Passah. Before it lay down, before it close eye, it need to meditate. It need to conversate with him. When it open its eye to get up, it need to be talking with him. It need to be considering. Through the daytime, we need to set up a routine for the flesh. Otherwise, you leave an opportunity for something else. How many of y'all have been noon palau? Have. Okay, why did you miss it? No, missed it. How many have missed it? That's me. Nobody ain't missed it now. Okay. Why? Somebody tell me why. Sleep. Working. Hot. Forgot. Delayed it. School. See, all these different things come in, these things are changed, and we'll look and then override. We'll get it. That's why you can't leave the flesh. You got to set structure for the flesh. You can't leave it because that'll happen. Things will happen. When he had the wedding, what did he say? Everybody made light of it, made excuses. And this is what we do. You'll make excuses. We humans, what we going to do? You'll find excuses. You'll find something to come in and replace it. So we got to make sure we set a structure, and then that structure can't be broken. We got to stay on some mandate because we're trying to obtain salvation. This is not a game. This is as real as y'all gonna get it. This is salvation. And the only way you're gonna get it is gonna have to be structured. That was the whole purpose of sending Yahushua him. That was the whole in putting the sticks together. That was structure. Did y'all not know he was putting structure up there? It was structure. You had to take them and cross them in a certain manner. That's the same way he did what Abraham did for Yasakar. He told him to take the wood and he had to put them in a certain angle because there's a structure behind what you're trying to do. This whole thing is structured. So why are you living an unstructured life? When there's structures on getting the Ruach HaKodesh, he told them on the day of Ilkar Tabor to repent and be immersed, every one of you, in the Shem Yahushua HaMashiach. No, and you shall receive the Ruach HaKodesh. See, you can't receive the Ruach HaKodesh till all these things been met. It's structured. He said, well, I mean, I don't know what y'all feel like y'all need to do. No, you know, they was in the end, they were convicted. They were in, they want to retain it, but they want to know, what do we need to do? Right. Then Cobb told them, repent. Because I just told you what your charges are. Repent from them and be immersed. You got to wash them away because you got to be born of the word and the Ruach. And it's got to be in the Shema Yahushua HaMashiach. And he told you why? That's for the remission. Because you've done it, but now you still have it. They hadn't been removed. Do y'all understand this is a structure? Yes, sir. If it's not in his name, people say, well, Albert, we just did it in the fact. That means you still got your sin. See, the whole goal, the structure was to get you to repenting, confessing, because he told you what your problem was, what you've done. And he told you what you need to do. You need to be immersed. You need to be cleansed. And then you need to have remission. So you can receive the Ruach HaKodesh. You can't receive the Ruach HaKodesh because you don't have remission. You never repented. Right. You have no structure. Right. He's not giving you no Ruach. Come on, folks. Come on, people. Right. He came in one time and he filled the house. They couldn't even minister to him. It was a structure. It was structured right. That's why he came and filled it. He filled the whole house where they were. They couldn't even minister. They couldn't even stand in there. He had filled the whole house up because of the structure. See, when everything was constructed right and structured the way he wanted to be, he filled the house. Why he ain't in yours? Ain't got no structure. He needed structure so he can feel it. That's all he's trying to do. He been telling you, he said, I'm looking for someone I can inhabit. He was looking for someone he can. What did we learn about? He told you to be Kodash. Why were you supposed to be Kodash? So what you separated from? Since you separated, he separated. Why he ain't with you? That's right. So want to be honest? Because you have fully, just like they said in the 9th chapter of the book of Azara, the people have not separated themselves from the people of the land. Right. I'm going to tell you the truth why you ain't got it, because you have not separated yourself. You only think you have. You separated from some of the things that you know, but you know there are other things you need to separate from. You're trying to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. That means you can't leave no gaps. You can't leave no areas wrong unturned. You need the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the only thing going to save you. Everybody here, Ruach HaKodesh. He said that the people hadn't separated themselves from the people of the land. That's what he told Azra. He said the people have not. He said, matter of fact, he said the leader hadn't been chief in it. Yeah. He found out why those people weren't. He said they weren't separated. They weren't separated, and guess what? Elohim weren't. He went with them. Why he not with you and you saying you separated, he separated? We're going to tell the truth. We're not separated. Because we were separated the way we think we separated, then he should be with us. Y'all got this? I just want y'all to, I want to break this down. I know, listen, I know it's long. I really want to I have made it my end to make sure we get this right at any cost. You cannot afford to die and not be right. Watching it, if I ain't the guy, you need to find the guy. If I can't help you, please find a person to help you. It ain't about me, it ain't about this movement, it's about make sure you get this thing right. And you need to be real with yourself. Do y'all understand that there has to be structure from here out on how we do things? Yes, sir. There had to be structure on how we, listen, you can't leave it to the flesh anymore. You've done that. You've done it, and we failed miserably. It's time to make sure we keep this thing. When we establish the structure, we got to keep the structure. We got to make sure that the structure continue to stand. You know what happened? Jerusalem kept falling down because they left the structure. When they broke from the structure, he let the building fall down. That's what he was trying to show them, the gate fall down. Everything language, he let it because you left off from doing it. You left off, it had to be maintained. What y'all set up, don't sit here and do it today and you don't maintain it. I know we confess, I try to sing y'all when I can. I got to get you to stand on your own. I got to get you to believe in yourself. I got to get you to be committed for yourself. I can't carry all of you forever. At some point, you got to get where you can stand. You got to stop taking these baby steps. You got to stop making these boo-boos you're making, these retarded, dumb decisions, and start sitting down and being practical in what you're doing, because this involves your salvation. You don't need to die and you be wrong. Do anybody here know the next person going to die in their group? I don't either. I don't either. So I got to stay on top of everybody. I got to make sure that when your time comes that I told you everything I need to do. If you didn't get it right, they were told on you and never on me. You got to make sure when you die, it ain't on you. You can't afford for it to be on me or you. Because if I'm wrong, you dead. You can't afford for me to be wrong. You won't get no, well, at least you were trying to go right, he was wrong. It'll count against you just like you were wrong. So you got to guard yourself against everybody. Y'all got me? You can't lean to your own understanding on this. You got to make sure you go through, and I need you to go through, and I need you to examine. I need you to do a real separate, like they do a breast exam. Y'all still know how to do that checking? That probably ain't nothing. That's something. When you said one, that probably ain't nothing. You felt something, but you're going to tell you something. Y'all couldn't know how to do it, don't they? This is what y'all doing to him when it comes to your salvation. It probably ain't nothing. It's something. It's something, and you got to make sure you get this right. We got it? Yes, sir. I'm going to get ready and let y'all go, but we're going to be talking on this because this is something we're going to be doing. Y'all got it? Yes, whatever we got to get rid of, make sure we get it right. Yes, sir. That's what we're going to do. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. That's two.